Yo, 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 what's going on? What's going on? Welcome to another episode of Empire Jeff TV. I am your host, Empire Jeff, coming to you on a Sunday night in which the Los Angeles Lakers got a win over the Minnesota Timberwolves, 120 to 109 in downtown Los Angeles tonight. Needed this win. I was calling this game a must win tonight, man. Going into Sacramento on Tuesday. They got a dreaded 6-game road trip coming up down later this month. And Tuesday's game is going to be nasty work if they don't bring their game. So I absolutely had to get this one after the great win against Milwaukee on Friday night. I apologize. I was not able to cover the game on Friday nor the post game. Got hit with just a crazy migraine. I just really couldn't tolerate staring at the screen, man. It just was driving me nuts. So had a really bad headache. Really couldn't get the job done on Friday. So I apologize for that. But I'm back tonight. And I hope everyone had a great weekend. Like I said, great win for the Los Angeles Lakers tonight. Thoroughly enjoyed that win tonight. Although AD's dominance was to be expected tonight. Anything less than pretty much what he gave us, he probably would have been destroyed. But 27 and 25 for Anthony Davis with 5 assists and 3 blocks. Strong. While LeBron James chipping in with 29 points. 29 points, 8 rebounds, and 9 assists for LeBron James. And we're looking here at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players in double figures. Almost another one, Jackson Hayes with 9. And the Lakers, they needed every bit of it without a Karl Anthony Towns and without a Rudy Gobert out there with Minnesota. Now, although they're down their two top bigs, Gobert's not an offensive threat. He's a defensive guy, so obviously probably would help there. And Cat gets buckets. But Naz Reid had himself a game tonight, man, with 25 points off the bench, man, playing heavy minutes at 42 minutes, which he probably wouldn't have played had those two played. But like I said, it's really too hard to, other than the fact that it was a must win and we need wins, you really can't take much from this game as far as these two teams facing off later. I did a short earlier today talking about coming into this game. The Lakers have lost 7 of their last 9 against the Minnesota Timberwolves, and all the metrics and all the stats pretty much favored Minnesota in almost every single category. So the Lakers still have some work to do in the event that they have to face them in a playoff round and go into their building. So no Gobert, no Towns. Like I said, Naz Reid playing out of his mind. And Anthony Edwards got off to a little late start there, joining the party. 10 of 23 overall for 25 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists. But they didn't have a ton of help outside of that. So shout out to the Wolves for showing up, trying to play, and hanging around in that game. Lakers had about a 13-point lead. Minnesota came back and took the lead. Then the Lakers went ballistic and put a stranglehold on the game and just never looked back. So good win. Because if they would have lost this game, or if AD would have got destroyed tonight, then man, they would have been bodied come tomorrow. So good thing to see them get that win tonight. And hopefully they can continue to build on this success. So shout out to everyone who's in the building right now. Raw, what's going on? I see you. Appreciate you. Thank you for pulling up. Micah, what's good, my brother? Thank you for pulling up. I appreciate you. Craig, hello. Thank you for pulling up. I always appreciate you, man. Micah says, bless us with the content, big dog. I appreciate you, man. Happy to be back. Like I said, I was trying to on Friday. I just couldn't, man. I couldn't stare at the screen without it, like, just giving me a crazy headache, man. I had to sit in a room in the dark, man, just to try to get my head to stop pounding. So started feeling a lot better Saturday. And then today, obviously, I was able to, watch the game. Friday, I had to listen to the game. I couldn't even really watch it. So I had to listen to it. I went back and watched it on Saturday, but I listened to the game. Wasn't really able to put eyes on it because of that headache. But happy to be back watching Laker basketball tonight. So appreciate you there, Micah. Zachary says, Jeff, Lakers starting playing way better in the fourth quarter. And also Ham did a good job with timeout. Only thing I don't like was the turnovers and getting AD the balls. Yeah, so Darvin Ham, like I said, I feel like he's been starting to figure some things out, a mixture of starting to figure things out, a start of the locker room is kind of coming back together, start of people are starting to get on the same page. When I rewatched Friday's game yesterday, I saw that this is what I was talking about before, that like coaches, I didn't see Darvin doing a lot of the things that coaches do before timeouts, in timeouts, on the way out of timeouts, and in stoppage of play. And what I noticed multiple times on Friday's game, because I pay attention, I look for all this type of stuff. My coach's eye is always looking and paying attention. I look up people walk out of games, in the games, when they're on the bench. Are they talking to their teammates? Like, what are they doing? I always pay attention to these type of things. And when I was over there looking on Friday night's game, I saw when there was a stoppage in play that Darvin was having one or two guys over there talking to him. Guys were engaged in the huddle over there, not just LeBron. D'Lo was very animated. And you like to see that when you're looking at a team that's trying to find connection and trying to get connected. You really want to see that amongst them, and that brotherhood, that trust, and that passion in there. And a lot of this season, we weren't really able to see all that. So it was really good to see that on Friday night's game, and saw more of that today. So like I said, while I haven't been one of those guys that have been destroying Darvin as much this season, obviously he does have his flaws. But like I said, I think collectively, I think Darvin is starting to figure some things out. I think the team is starting to trust him a little bit more. I feel like the pressure was off him a little bit for now. This is like game to game situation. Literally, they win, everything's great, everyone's happy. When they lose, like the sky is falling, right? It kind of goes back to Darvin's quote when he says he just doesn't understand how people live and die with every single day with this team, every win or loss. And why it was not a great thing for him to say publicly. He was right. But like I said, it feels just like, every day is a different temperature with this team. And that's why I say I have trust issues with them, because every day feels like it's something different, and they just have to continue to get better and fight through that and be more consistent. So they've been doing a lot of things well, and getting better. It's just even the way they started that Kings game, and then it's just an avalanche, and they just couldn't get it back together. That Milwaukee Bucks win without LeBron James out there was a big win. D'Angelo Russell going dummy. Huge win, great performance. You build on that. They come in today, and this is a classic trap letdown game where maybe you barely squeak by one at the end, or maybe you go to overtime like the Washington game, and it's a win, but it's just like just a bad win, an ugly win. Even though we take any win we can get it, you just don't feel great coming out of it. But this one, they won going away. They turned it on when they needed to. And like I said, they once again shot over 40% from three. So 10 of 24 tonight from three, 53% overall. The Wolves shot 42% overall, 34.8% from three. But the Wolves, bro, the Wolves took 46 threes tonight. 46 threes, bro. That's 22 more threes than the Lakers took while shooting 35%. So that is not a trash percentage with that much volume. Obviously, if they probably shot, 4 or 5% higher, they may win the game. But the Lakers' three-point shooting continues to climb in NBA standings and ranks there from the three-point percentage. But what's often kills the Lakers, obviously, is their offensive rebounding. And today they had 14. The Wolves had 11. So the Wolves had 11 without Towns and Gobert. So like I said, that's still a big problem for the Lakers. And one thing the Lakers have been doing so well up until the OKC game, over that stretch of those 15 games prior to that game, was they had the fewest turnovers in the league in the previous 15 games leading up to the OKC game. They had a ton of turnovers that game. They had 19 more turnovers today. They're going to have to figure out the turnover and the offensive rebound situation if they hope to have any chance of trying to turn this season around. Because even if you get Vando back, if you get Gabe Vincent back, and they're able to help defensively, if Gabe is able to be a point of attack defender with Vando being able to guard the perimeter, guard the wings, and guard some bigs, right? If Vando comes back and is able to kind of help that five out a little bit more like he was doing before he got injured and actually become a threat offensively, if he's able to do this, if Gabe Vincent is able to hit threes, if he's able to penetrate the lane, if he's able to be a point of attack defender, if he's going over screens instead of under screens, like if these two guys show up and do all of that, which is a tall task and a lot to ask, but even in a perfect world where they do that, you still have a turnover and offensive rebound and second chance points problem. And that is where the Lakers' Achilles heels are. And until they figure that out, it's going to be tough for them to beat teams in the playoffs later this year. So got a lot of things to still figure out, but I'm really happy they got a win today going away, and it wasn't close down to the wire like the Washington win. I feel better about this. 80, it felt like a game that 80 should have had 50, 40 or 50 points. But it's really hard to be down on a guy and not give him credit for a 27 and 25 with a plus 15. He had, I think he had 7 steals tonight too. Yeah, 7 steals. That's ridiculous. 3 blocks, all over the floor, all over the floor. But we need him to silence this narrative and go and destroy Sabonis. Well, that narrative is going to stay there, right? And the narrative is going to stay there. So he needs to go out there and dominate Sabonis. The problem is the Lakers don't just have the Lakers really don't have a Sabonis problem. The Lakers have a De'Aaron Fox problem. and that just opens up everything else. But that's a whole nother topic I'm going to break down prior to that game. But Sabonis is a very good player, and he's a type of big, those type of bigs, like those bruising bigs that AD really doesn't want to be lined up against. He really doesn't want to give that extra effort when he's got to police other areas. So there's just things that make it more difficult for him. But as a great player and as a Hall of Famer, he's got to figure that out. He's got to figure it out now. He's got to silence that narrative. He's got to punk Sabonis. He's got to put in that work, and he's got to do everything he can that within his power to silence that talk, because at the end of the day, he's got the power to do it. He just has to show up and play. So if he does that, I think he has a good chance at silencing that narrative and moving forward, and it's just only going to help the team from there. So once again, thank you guys for pulling up here. Appreciate you. Patrick, what's going on, my guy? Did not watch the game, but so happy they won 2 games now where I did not watch and they won. Maybe I should not break this streak. You know, it's funny. I was telling, I forgot who I told on Friday. I was like, maybe it's me. I didn't call the game on Friday. I didn't watch it. I listened to it, and I didn't do a post game. So I was like, man, I stayed away. They won. I did watch it today. I didn't do playback because, like I said, I'm still kind of just catching up and chilling a little bit, catching up a little rest. So, but I did do the post game. Obviously, I'm here with you guys tonight. So I was thinking, man, maybe if I just don't do this and, try to keep this streak alive, right? But it was good game though. Good game for AD. That was something you could go back and really watch. Like, he was everywhere. Obviously, it didn't look like Minnesota was really out there too interested in trying to rebound. So good shout out to him for being in position to do it, and for Jackson Hayes for bringing some energy tonight and helping him out there tonight. But it's going to be a whole different scenario out there in Sacramento. So AD is going to have to. We need like a strong, if AD can get a 20-20 game in Sacramento, that would be massive, because those guys know they just basically ate our lunch essentially in back-to-back games in crypto. The Lakers need to go up to Sacktown and put the smack down, man. Because AD needs to silence this narrative, because there's no way. Everyone knows this. Everyone knows, and even the people that are talking about that and know that AD is better. I think that's where their frustration is with him. They know he's better than the guys that are getting the best of him of late. He just needs to bring that dog mentality. He needs to bring that energy. He needs to bring that tenacity, right? He needs to bring that dog, man. And AD may not have dog in him for 82 games, but dog. We need dog for 40 games out of you, AD, all right? Be a half dog, man. Be a half breed. Help us out here. Help us help you, man. Get out there. Do your thing. Act like it's an in-season tournament game up there in Sacramento. In your mind, see the court differently, AD. See the court differently. See it like an in-season tournament, man. Get up there. Do your thing. Dominate. And get up there and handle business. And don't wet the bed in Sacramento, man. Speaking of wetting the bed, man, the Clippers today, man. Speaking of the Clippers, man, they took an L today in a game that really didn't matter to us. Milwaukee. This is more, even though I'm going to use the soundboards for the Clippers. Like I told you, they've been on such a run since December. I had to dust that soundboard off just to use it because they were playing so great. But this was a schedule loss for them, man. They had to play less than 24 hours while at home, but less than 24 hours in a daylight savings game with the Bucks. They played a back-to-back. The Clippers did early, both back-to-back afternoon games in under 24 hours. And the only reason probably the Clippers won was because of that, and Paul George and Kawhi Leonard didn't play, and Dame and Giannis went dummy. But that was a schedule loss for the Clippers. The Bucks, I don't know about them, y'all. I don't know about them. I'm not convinced. They got Doc. They can't defend. They're worse defensively than we are. Like, they absolutely are. That backcourt is atrocious on defense, and they got Doc over there. So you guys can say what you want about Darvin Ham, but I don't want Doc Rivers, man. Just trust me on that. So they took an L today. Shout out to the Houston Rockets, man. I hope Sengun is okay, though, man. That was a brutal fall. I don't know if any of you guys saw that, or I'm sure you guys did, but if any of you guys saw that fall that Sengun did, man, that was terrible, man. Prayers up to him. Hope he's going to be out a while. He's going to be out a while. My biggest prayer for him is not career threatening, and that it's not something that's going to take him a year to come back from. But he is going to be out a while, to say the least, out for the season, I would guess. And man, that was tough to watch. So hope he bounces back good. But shout out to the Rockets for getting that win tonight. We needed that. Pelicans won again. Couldn't pick up no ground on that. Warriors lost to the Spurs last night without Wemby. crazy, right? So I know they didn't have Steph, but come on now. So we got some help from them last night. Like, it's helping. We're getting some help around the league out here, man. Pun intended. We're getting some help out there, and the Lakers are now not. You now have Phoenix, the Pelicans, and the Kings all now have a worse schedule remaining than the Lakers, but Dallas and Golden State have an easier schedule than the Lakers. So the Lakers are now in the middle. If they handle their business, I think they're only like a game back of Dallas right now, maybe 2 games back at a 7 seed. So they just gotta play who's on the schedule, play who's in front of them, and show up, show out, and try to control your own destiny. That's all you can do right now. Because while us as fans are looking at a scoreboard, hoping these other teams lose, the Lakers can't be thinking like that. The Lakers got to look who's in front of them, follow your scouting report, do your film sessions, get in there and handle business. And if they continue to do that, like I said, outside of that Kings game, these hiccups that we have had, they can continue to do that. Outside of that, the Lakers have not been, the Lakers have kind of been, for the last 20 games, they're starting to figure some things out, man. D'Lo is averaging over 20 points. He's being a true third option out there over the last 26, 27 games or so. So they have a true 3 now. They have to figure out their defense. They have to figure out their rebounding. They have to figure out their second chance points. They have to figure out their turnovers. But their 3-point percentage is rising almost to the point where I dare say they need to shoot a little more. Early in the season, that wasn't the case because their percentages weren't great. But now that they've started to make them, take and make, because I've always said the Lakers have shot takers, not shot makers right now, because they just weren't making them. Although they do have shot makers, they just weren't making them. But when you're shooting 40% and on only 24 attempts, like I said, I think they need to try this. I always said the Lakers should shoot less than 25 threes when their percentage was low. Now they're kind of proving me right in that aspect, but now I'm being a little daring and want them to go up a little higher in volume now that they got their confidence from 3. Bridges, what's going on, my guy? AD was huge in that second half. Yeah, he was incredible, man. Trey, all day, what's good, my guy? Daniel Berry Sports Highlights, thank you for pulling up. I greatly appreciate you. He said Anthony Davis MVP. He had an MVP performance tonight, man. But shout out my guy Low, man. I was talking to him during the game. My guy Mees, we were just like, man, AD needs to get 50, bro. Come on, give us a 50, man. Come on. But outside of that, like AD should have these numbers against Cat and Towns. He should have these numbers against Sabonis. He's capable. He's capable. Get out there and take things personal. They talking about you, dog. Take it personal, man. Get out there. Show them who you are, man. Greg, what's going on, my brother? Thank you for pulling up. I appreciate you. Good win. What's good, Jeff, man? Great win. Chow Lee, what's going on? Thank you for pulling up. Hello to you as well. Controversial man said, run it through D'Lo. That would work well. Yeah, when they let D'Lo be D'Lo, and when they let D'Lo play point guard and kind of let Braun conserve energy, let D'Lo play free, and then when Spence comes in, like he goes off ball, or like sometimes give the ball to Austin. Once he gets going, I feel like D'Lo finds his rhythm and gets hot when he has the ball in his hands, and then that helps his catch and shoot game. So while D'Lo is capable of catch and shoot, he's much better with the ball in his hands when he's getting started, and then he can go off ball on catch and shoot situations. But I agree. In the start of the game, D'Lo, but they have to figure a way to try to get the ball to AD early and often and let him dominate, man. It's the inability of running 2-man game and getting the ball into AD. And I know the reasons why other teams are making it. Look, it's not like the other teams are just saying, here you go, give the ball to AD. We're getting out of your way. It's not like the Lakers have an uninterrupted pathway to get AD the ball. That's not the case. Other teams are packing the middle. They're packing the paint. They're not making it easy for the Lakers to get the ball to AD. So the way around that is your shooters have to be able to make shots. So in that Sacramento Kings game, when they had no perimeter defense, they couldn't get the ball in the AD, and our guards couldn't make a shot. So they're just going to keep packing the paint in that situation, right? So in games like they've been shooting better, that's how you relieve the pressure in the paint, because now they got to get out on shooters. What would really make this special if we had a guard that can penetrate, because then you truly open up the 5-out system. So that's what we're lacking right now. If we get that penetrative guard, then that's going to really open up things for Anthony Davis, LeBron James. And if those shooters can make their shots, and it just takes it to a whole nother level. Cat is overrated, in my opinion. They should trade him. Cat, look, I'm not a big Cat fan. Never have been, never will be. And I'm going to tell you, man, I'm going to tell you this right now. The way that Naz Reid is playing, his ability to score in multiple aspects doesn't seem to be a problem. Seems to be well liked by his teammates. There may be a world where Naz Reid takes that position. And I said that when they got Gobert, that because of what they gave up to get him and what he's making, and teams don't really want to pay a starting center, non-offensive big that much, or a big in general, that I said that I felt that once they paid Ant and these other guys, that it was probably Cat that has to go. And I still think that's a possibility, which is why I felt like Dallas should have done a better job of positioning themselves to have assets to go get him. But they've used other assets in other areas, because I feel like Luka needs a big to play with, right? Kyrie's great, but I think that those two together just in a lot of ways cancel each other out. And I don't think they're ever going to be able to go for it because of that. You get Luka like a legitimate, solid, like all-star level big. I think that's going to make him a lot better, and he'll make that big better. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Cat. Like I said, never will be. But I think the way Naz Reid is playing, I think Minnesota's going to have some interesting dialogue this summer if Minnesota has an early playoff exit, for sure. Greg says, I'm glad we are finally hitting threes, bro. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, like, that's the thing about the Lakers, man, is they have continued to do this over time. So let's go ahead and let's load this up for a second here, because the Lakers, let's see where they stand currently. I think they made it all the way up. So let's go back. Give me 1 second. So let's go back the last 15 games. And let's go to 3-point percentage. And the Lakers are now 4th. All right. 4th in the league over the last 15 games in shooting threes. And there's still a narrative out there that the Lakers can't shoot threes. And it just kills me. But what it is with the Lakers, and what's the problem is, because while they're over that stretch, y'all, over those stretch of 15 games of being 4th in 3-point percentage, they are 29th in 3-point attempts. So that's what I'm saying. Now it's probably the time to shoot more of them, because you figured it out. And they were at the top of turnovers. I said these last handful of games, they've now dropped to 10th there. But there's a lot of things that the Lakers are doing that are great and trending in the right direction. However, over those 15 games, they're still at the bottom in offensive rebounds, man, at the bottom. But just for fun, let's go ahead and see where the Lakers stand real quick, where they are moving up the ranks here with the way they've been shooting the basketball. They are now, guys, they are now 9th in the league for the entire season at 3-point percentage. For a team that there's still a narrative out there that they cannot shoot. That's still a narrative that they can't shoot. I'm just saying. That's still a narrative. That's wild, bro. That's wild. Give me 1 second. I think we got some super chats in the building, man. Passionate Believer, thank you so much for your $2 super chat. I greatly appreciate you, man. When AD get that dog in him, he will dominate. Absolutely. Thank you so much for your super chat. Thank you so much for being part of the chat, and thank you very much for your time. Greatly appreciated. You're a superstar. Thank you. My brother, Graphic God. My guy Chris just dropped a super sticker up in here, man. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for pulling up. I appreciate you as always, man. Thank you guys for your continued support, man. Like I said, I am sorry I was not here Friday. For those who are coming in late, I had a really bad headache on Friday and just couldn't do it. Couldn't even watch the game. Had to listen to it. And I'm staring at computer screens between work and this. I don't know, but my headache was crazy. So back to normal on Saturday. I was able to get up here with you guys tonight. So greatly appreciate y'all. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for your super chat and for your super sticker. Greatly appreciate it here. Let's see. Let's catch back up here. Let's see what we got. Brandon says, Phil Handy, coach said hello. Y'all need to stop, man. Look, it's fine. Like I said, I understand that Darvin has done it to himself at times. He's burned himself. I understand all that, but when he starts to do some things well, or he's turned a corner, or he has games where he's trending in the right direction, or he's done things well, it's okay to give him credit, even though you still don't want him here. You know what I mean? It's okay. Like I said, we don't have to die on that hill. Shout out my brother Mies, man, who's been literally anti-Darvin since last season's preseason. And he even said the last game he gave him a half flex. You know what I mean? I mean, he's in the mode. Like, he's just like, okay, I'll give you that credit today, but I'm watching you, bro. You know what I mean? I'm watching you. And that's what it's about. Like, you can, and shout out to Mies for that. You can you can be completely anti and want someone out of there, but they do something right that helps your team win. You got to be able to give them credit too. Bridges says we gave up defense with AR and Low together, but that's the main reason for our great shooting lately. Giving to get, yeah, but that's why I was talking about giving credit to Darvin is when he was doing the offense, defense, substitution, and switches in Friday night's game against Milwaukee. Before he wouldn't do that. So there's things he's doing where he's figuring things out. He is doing a little bit more timely timeouts, which I've also been saying, you guys, and shout out to Lamont because he was talking about this on the locker room last night. Shout out to Reg. They were talking about this last night, and they were saying, like, you're going to call a timeout to fix what? Like you can't just call a timeout to go out there when you don't have a solution. You don't have a way to solve the problems. Calling a timeout doesn't do nothing when you don't have a solution, right? So that I agree with. And the solution sometimes is just effort. So that the teams is giving effort out there, the players are giving effort, that Darvin is okay. I love having my timeouts at the end of games. But if I see you guys putting up this effort and I see this other team going on a run, then I'm going to call a timeout and buy you some time here because you're giving the effort. You get what I'm saying? So I know a lot of you guys don't like that. It's just, I know a lot of coaches that coach that way. I coached against a lot of coaches that coach that way. And a lot of coaches have that type of philosophy. But if you go to a bench and you don't have a plan and you don't have a solution, that timeout is wasted, especially if you come out of it on the offensive side. You don't have a good OTO play to run. You either do a turnover or get a bad shot anyways, or you're getting the timeout and they're coming out and you're on defense and the team just goes down and scores on you anyways. Then you waste a timeout. You don't have it at the end of the game. So I get from that standpoint why he wanted to preserve them was because they weren't doing any good anyways. Now that he's seeing that they are helping, he's using them more. He's using them more. And that's what I've been trying to tell you guys is that it's not as you can't just cookie cut basketball because a situation or something works for one particular team does not mean it's going to work for every other team. Doesn't mean it's going to work for you. There are things that have to be done that match your style and your personalities and your characters in the room and not something that someone does somewhere else. You can't just copy it and implement it and expect it to work. Your personnel and your personalities are different. So basketball is just not plug and play. It just isn't. All right, where are we at? Okay, here we go. Greg says AD was a true beast tonight. He was and he should have been. You know what I mean? If he didn't, Greg, if he wasn't a beast tonight, woo, man, ponder on that. Let me drink some water real quick. He wasn't a beast tonight. He be sleeping on the couch as far as Laker Nation is concerned. On the couch. You know what I mean? And he had to be a beast tonight. He was. So shout out to him. Shout out to him. But he should have these games against all-star level centers, against centers. He should have these games because he's that good. He's that talented. He's that skilled. Nicholas Clark, what's good, my guy? Wow, this is a big win. Schedule is starting to lighten up. Golden State Warriors lost against the Spurs. Kings lost against the Rockets. We have a small chance to move up. Too soon to be hopeful. Nicholas Clark, man, I told you I got trust issues with this team, my guy. I got trust issues. Every single time, I'm like, you know what, Jeff? Yeah, third person. I'm talking to myself. Let me talk to myself for a second. I was like, you know what, Jeff? I think they're gonna do it this time. Nah, Jeff. Listen to Jeff. Listen to Jeff. I gotta try to talk myself into this. And every time I do, man, Jeff makes a fool out of Jeff. You know what I mean? And I really want to believe it. But I have trust issues with this team, so I'm not going there yet. And what I will say is this, and I want them to do great. I want them to win it all. I want them to win these games. It's just, I've been there before. I've seen it too many times this season. This season is so much more frustrating. And it's been a real tough season to cover. A lot of these games haven't been entertaining or enjoyable. So there's a lot of just things that make it real hard to trust this team. However, I'm gonna say this. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think I'm being if I'm being reasonable or unreasonable. Talk to me here. Let me know if I'm being unreasonable or reasonable here. If they go into Sacramento and they get a win on Tuesday on the road against a team that has their number and AD puts in work on Sabonis, pause. Then I'm gonna start that and believe in this team for like the 15th time this year. I'll get up to 15 there. So I will. I'll start to be like, okay. Y'all did that. Okay. I'm good with it if they can do this on Tuesday. Even, you know what, Nicholas Clark, even if they compete on Tuesday, if AD goes in there and gives opponents that work, Lakers hang around and just lose to a team at home who just has their number, and that pace is crazy for them. Those guards are ridiculous. The Lakers compete and take a loss, and AD does his thing. If there's something to build on, I'll still be like, okay, that's better. But if they go in there and they win, bro, then I'm like, oh, you were just playing with us all season. Okay, I'm gonna be puppy love again. I'm gonna fall for it. I'm gonna fall for it. I'm gonna believe. They're gonna say they changed, right? Like they didn't mean to hurt us. They changed. They see the errors of their ways now. They know what they did wrong. They're not gonna do it again. You know what I mean? And we're gonna take them back. We're gonna take the team back, right? And then just hope and just live in just fairy tale world that it's never going to happen again until it does. But I'm willing to go to that world again, y'all. I'm willing to go to that world again if they can get this win on Tuesday. Long answer. Here we go. These next two games are so important. If we win against the Kings and Golden State, I'll be excited. There we go. See, we on the same page, man. Same page, same book, Nicholas Clark. There you go. Miss Angie B. What's going on? What's going on? Thank you for pulling up. Empire Jeff TV's own Miss Angie B says, hey, Jeff, great win. Let's go. AD monster game. Oh, yeah, a win is a win. Absolutely, Miss Angie B. Appreciate you. We got Major 2000 says, unpopular opinion, Max is slightly overrated. No, I'm just kidding. That's an interesting take, and I would like to spend some time on that because it's really hard to be underrated, at that age. I'm sorry, overrated at that age. Really not getting steady minutes, really not getting steady opportunity. A lot of guys that age on a team with Bron and AD aren't going to get much PT. That goes without saying. That's known. But I'll tell you this though, he has 3D potential. He does have 3D potential, and I think that I don't think that Max is ever going to be like an all-star level player, but I think Max has a chance to be a very good rotational type player who can defend and make shots and help a team win. I really think he can. These type of role players, no matter what you think of Austin Reeves, he's a quality role player. You would take whatever you think about his defensive inefficiencies and this, that, and the third. If Austin Reeves is your guard off the bench to get buckets, that's a very good player to have on your team. That's a very good role player. Now, I'm not saying he's not capable of starting. I'm saying with this team, when we need defense, what I'm saying though is Max Christie is another guy that's like that. He's a guy that can be a quality role player. He could be that guy that starts the first 5 minutes of the game, plays defense, hits a couple threes, and goes to the bench. I know a lot of people think you have to start your best 5 players, but you don't. You have to finish your best 5 players, ideally, or best 5 matchups. Or whoever's cooking at that time, but you don't always have to start your best 5 players. You guys have heard me say this plenty of times. I prefer like a good defensive player in the starting lineup, man. So if you have, obviously, you have 2 guards, you have a wing, and you have 2 bigs. Ideally, you want at least one of those guards to be defensive, one of those bigs to be defensive, and your wing to be defensive, right? Obviously. So the Lakers don't have a defensive guard to start, right? They're starting Rudy at the wing, and he's not defensive, essentially, right? And then it's just basically Bron at 39 years old who can defend, but it's just a tough ask in an AD. So imagine you had someone like Max Christie in another year, if he's a little bit more poised, a little bit more polished. Then, I think him in the starting lineup, and you guys have heard me say this before, that our best lineup this season has been with Max Christie as our 2 guard in the starting lineup. And then the minutes he's played with the starters outside of Austin Reeves. With Austin off the bench and Max Christie as a starter, that is our best lineup from a net rating standpoint, where we can score and defend. That is our best lineup. But that would require AR to go to the bench, and it's not about demoting him or taking his minutes away. He can still get starters minutes and still finish games. But the way we would start games defensively and set the tone defensively and keep some of these teams in check from going off out the gate, then someone like Max is someone you can plug in that role, because I feel he's better in that role than Cam can be. But it's just something to ponder and think about, because I think it's a conversation that might need to be had. Because imagine Austin coming off the bench, getting you 15 to 18 a game, just focuses on scoring and running the second unit. Austin can play the same way, whether he starts or whether he comes off the bench, and he can play starters minutes and still finish a game. So because of that type of situation, and assuming, if you saw that the whole little powwow with LeBron and Jeannie and Linda Rambis out there, then Yo, Brown ain't going nowhere, y'all. So in that situation, you're going to need guys like Max Christie. You're going to need guys like Austin Reeves. You're going to need to bring back guys like D'Angelo Russell. Then you're going to have to use a mid-level, or you're going to have to move some guys to try to figure some things out there. But there are things you're going to need to fill that you don't have the money to fill it around. And a guy like Max, if you can keep him for under $10 million on the open market, and a guy like Max is going to be someone you need. So sorry again for the long answer there. 80 straight beast mode tonight. That's right, Trey. All day. That's right. Would you reduce Spencer's mins for Max? You know what? That's a good question, and it's a tough answer because it depends which version of Spence we're getting. Is he going to be the backup point guard that's able to get it there? Is he going to be the defender that we've seen play defense against the likes of SGA, Dame? Like, Spence has come in here and almost kind of like Christian Wood. Remember, for the OGs, man, from the day ones, from the people back here, from the heydays of the offseason, where I did a video and I was like, Christian Wood has a chance to be Miles Turner-like for this Laker team, because I felt that we would actually probably get more defense out of him than offense this season, because we had scorers and he wouldn't really have to focus on that. He would really just have to focus on his defense to really help this team and have an impact on this team and get minutes. And when he came in those games against the Suns and with KD and the things he was able to do with AD out there defensively, he was a big addition early on defensively. He was our best net rating player by far. And then he just kind of disappeared for months, right? And it wasn't just Ham not playing him when he was on the floor. Anthony Davis didn't start in Houston. He puts him in there. He goes 0 for 1 and didn't score a single point all game. So it's like Christian Wood, like I said, he came in and he changed his whole game and committed to the defensive side early on. Now, in that type of situation, like, it's kind of what Spencer Dinwiddie has done since they brought him in. He's like, okay, we got Braun, we got AD, we got D'Lo, we got Austin. Like, if I want minutes and I want to roll, I'm going to have to run the second units as a point guard, and I'm going to have to give them that length and that strength on the defensive end for these guards. And like he did to SGA and like he did to Dame, he was able to do that. And that, I think, is his area to have a big impact on this team that I don't think people are giving him enough credit for, because they're, again, they want D'Lo to score 20. They want Austin Reeves to score 20. They want Spencer to score 20. They want Rudy to score 20. They want all these guys to get points. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who gets the points. We just have to outscore the other team, and these other guys got to defend. And someone like Spence has stepped in and done that role. And I salute him for that. And so as far as his minutes from Max, I think that's going to be tough. I think they're going to trust the veteran down the stretch here. Dinwiddie is athletic enough to stay with Fox if he really tries. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If he can lock in and not have to worry about his offense and just get out there and defend, now he's going to get fouls and he's going to get tired. He may not have his legs for shots. But I think that he provides the best without Vandal being out there, without you playing Cam heavy minutes or Max. I think Spence has a chance to make Fox work the hardest out there. So I agree. Greg says we got to stop Malik Monk as well. Yeah, Monk is just a bucket a minute guy, right? That's what I'm saying. And our bench just keeps getting cleared and killed by these other teams. That's what I said. So if we had someone like an Austin Reeves coming off the bench and able to kind of offset those points, and it's not as bad. If we had a defender that we can bring in, like, you know, like those games when you had a big that was guard. He was only in the game when Shaq was in the game back in the day. You have bigs. Okay, Shaq's in. As soon as Shaq comes out, you're out. Like, the Lakers should have someone in there that when Fox is in, you're in. Your job, guard him. Just guard him, right? And it's tough because in our starting, what did I just do here? Oh, okay. String yard feature. Okay, that's interesting. Tell you, beta things pop up in the middle. It's hard for you expected an Austin or D'Lo to check him out the gate, but that's why you have these guys. You communicate and you have them on standby and you have them ready, man. And if he starts going, then you got, okay, Spence, you're in. One of those two guys are out. We're out. Like, get in there. We have to apply pressure on him. Let Sabonis go for 30. Like, let him go for 30. He's a slower pace. He doesn't get it going like that. The Aaron Fox starts hitting threes, transition, bucket. And the speed in which he does it, those are loud buckets. You have to neutralize him. So maybe when Monk comes in, you bring in Spence. It's okay, Spence. Monk's in, you're in. Monk's in, you're in. That's it. And that might be a strategy you have to consider. So you're right there. Give me 1 second because there we go. Y'all see Wilson signed with the Steelers. Yeah, I know they saw that. I saw that he was there. I know he had met with the Giants, and I was like, no, no, don't you? But they didn't. Whew, they didn't. So we're good. But it was a little nerve wracking, man. I was like, no, 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 no. And I know, you know, I don't even want to talk about it. Don't even. Who said that? Sammy the man said, "What's going on, Sammy? Yo, what's good, Jeff? At the game, I seen Jackson Hayes shooting threes. Man, he was hitting them like he shoot threes. Yeah, man. In warm ups and practice and all that stuff, or even in guards, many times dudes can make that stuff under pressure. Definitely don't want that dude shooting threes, man. Definitely don't want him shooting threes. No." That Sengun injury looked bad. Do you think he could be out most of next season? That's what I'm worried about. Like he's for sure out this season, right? So that the biggest hope is that he can make it back next season, man. Because that was tough, bro. That was tough to watch, tough to see. I just pray for that guy, man. I don't wish that on anybody, bro. Like nobody. Micah says, I'll leave that one alone. Let's see here. Said, yep, search everywhere, bro. Search is everywhere, man. Let's see. Most of our 3-point makes are probably from D'Lo or Prince. Austin, too. Austin's got it going. LeBron is shooting a career high from 3. So it's not just LeBron has made a lot of threes this year. D'Lo's made a lot of threes. Austin's made a lot of threes. Prince has made, his share of threes. It really is they've stepped it up a lot, man. A lot. Optics, what's going on, man? Spam Ham finally woke up. Yeah, I mean, sometimes he didn't plug his alarm in. His alarm clock just wasn't plugged in. You know what I mean? Darvin just strikes me as a guy who doesn't use his phone as an alarm clock. He uses like a plug-in alarm clock. I'm telling you, it just power went out. He just Am I tripping? He just seems like a guy who still uses like an alarm clock and not on his phone. Maybe that's me. But maybe. But I'm just saying though, if next season the commission decides to change rules in favor of defense, would that drop the value of D'Lo and Young? No, because you still want guards that can score. It's still going to be a scoring league and still going to be ones that can shoot. Shooting is still going to be at a premium, and D'Lo and Trae Young can do that. But it is going to, they already are defensive challenge in an offensive league. So if they make it to where your teammates can defend better and your teammates can apply more pressure on other guards and other players, and you can get more defensive players in the league as a result, then it actually makes those guys almost more valuable because you don't have to worry about them playing defense because now you got other guys who are specialists in that field who will now have roles on a team in that style of league. So I think it goes the other way, Nicholas Clark. LA for life. What's going on, man? Missed the baseball content, but great win. Let's go, Jeff. You're the man. Hey, thank you. I appreciate you. I got baseball coming soon, man. It's been hectic. That's what I told you when I started doing. It's going to be tough because the Dodgers play every day. It's spring training every day, right? And they're going to have games every day. And then Lakers are going to play, on the stretch run here. But I got you, man. I got more baseball content coming maybe as early as tomorrow. I appreciate you for tuning in for basketball. But I got you on the baseball, man. I appreciate you. I got a lot of people who've been hitting me up for that. Shout out to those who found me through covering the Dodgers and stuck around for basketball, and vice versa. Those who found me for basketball but then stuck around for Dodger coverage. I appreciate you, man. I'm going to be that dude, man. I'm telling you, NBA and MLB this season on YouTube. Trust your boy when it comes to that, man. So I greatly appreciate y'all. And got some stuff coming up with the Dodgers. I'm going to announce soon, man. Got some stuff working on a few things. So appreciate y'all. Appreciate you guys. And thank you, LA for life. I appreciate you tuning in, even though it's not a baseball stream, man. Thank you. Bridget says it always amazes me how searches on Jeff and Dan's show at the same time. Because you know what? Bro, search ain't real, y'all. He's AI. He's AI, bro. When y'all gonna realize this ain't a real person? No, I'm just kidding. He just makes it look so easy that you almost don't believe he's a real person, right? Shout out to Search, man. He's a beast. Killer in the building, man. Kurt, what's going on, my guy? Said everyone please like and subscribe or Jeff will fake a headache again to leave early. Bro, when I tell you, I wish that headache was fake, bro. Oh my God, that was brutal. Bro. That was one of the most so I've had my good share of migraines in my day. Had a head injury when I was younger. Probably explains a lot, right? So from time to time, it just rears its ugly head, and usually I could tolerate it. Usually I'm pretty good. I have a pretty good high tolerance for pain. When I'm sick, that's different. My wife can contest to that. When I'm sick, I'm like, ugh. I think most men are like that, right? When I'm sick, it's not the business, right? But pain, I have a pretty good threshold for pain. But it was like to the point where I really almost couldn't open my eyes. Like any of the light was just hurting it. And this terroristic dog, like found a weakness and exposed it. He just would like bark at me because he was mad I couldn't play with him, right? So but it was something that usually I could take something and it would help it, and just nothing would help it. And then so I even went on Twitter. I was like, I'm gonna need y'all help, man. Let me know about some home remedies, some stuff I haven't tried, even though my wife had a bunch of different remedies. But eventually she gave me she gave me what I needed and it took care of it. But man, it was a rough one. It was definitely a rough one, man. Nicholas says it seems Gabe and Vando could return. At what point is it too late to reintegrate for playoff run? I was talking about that with DJ over on Lakers on 5. Shout out to DJ, man. And we said, man, they probably have to have them in like no later than April 1st, man. Because outside of that, it's going to be real tough. Yeah, ideally, you want them sooner. I checked around and heard that. But I heard about, I heard Gabe was anywhere. The quote I got was anywhere from St. Patrick's Day through the 31st for Gabe, is what I heard. So if that remains true, then it could be getting closer. But what I'm hearing is Gabe is closer than Vando, and Vando they're a little bit more optimistic on than they were earlier, but they're still not 100% convinced. So nor am I. I said that when it happened. I hope he's back. I hope he's back and there's no setback. I hope he's able to come back, play the rest of the season, get healthy. Find his rhythm again like he did leading up to that injury in Boston where he was having the best half maybe of his career and when he went down. So really, really hoping that he's able to get back, and because it took Vando a good month and a half when he came back the first time to really find his role and find his rhythm and find his timing and confidence. And I'm just hoping he's able to ride all that like when he gets back on the floor and just be confident when he steps back out there. Let's see. I know what Brandon's laughing at there. Let's see. Okay. I guess Kurt think I'm making this up, man. For y'all that were with me on playback, what day was that? Was that Wednesday? Yeah, if y'all were with me on playback on Wednesday, and then even the post game on Wednesday, I was talking about it then. Like it was rough, bro. Like I almost didn't do the stream on Wednesday. I did it, and then the post game, like I even had to cut that short. And then Friday, it just I started feeling it like Monday night last week, and then like Tuesday, I was like, oh, and then Wednesday it just hit. And it was just like there, like all the way through Saturday, man. Give him benefit of the doubt. I play hurt, man. I play hurt, bro. Like if y'all knew, like. Man, if y'all knew, I play hurt. Trust. Let's see. Should the team consider increasing the volume of 3-point shooting, or should we stay pat? That's a good question too, because I was the one who kept saying like the Lakers should shoot less, like 25 or less, and I think they'll shoot better. Like you guys have heard me say that a lot in the beginning of the season, and then they dropped the shots, and now the percentage is there. So my train of thought there is shoot less so you can shoot better percentages and then get your confidence. The where then you can maybe turn it up. But I worry about them then just starting to jack up threes like they had been doing at certain times. Like it's not always just about the actual game averages. It's the time in the game in which they happen. And if they're just up there jacking up threes, then things get scary. And that's probably what you don't really want to happen, right? So if they can continue to shoot a high percentage and still, that's 33s a game, maybe, and maybe if their percentage dips slightly, then it's okay. But if they're shooting back to like low 30s, and because as a result of the volume going up, and they got to chill after that. They got to chill after that for sure. Angie says, let's give AR some. There goes the puppy. Let's give AR some credit because he guarded Ant for most of the game and did not do a bad job. Yeah, I'm with you on that. And I also saw, like, again, in the OKC game, I felt like he did a great job on SGA. Obviously, Austin Reeves cannot stop SGA. SGA had a rough game there. But when you got a guy who's looking for that mid-range shot, he's a little easier for someone like AR to guard because he doesn't have to worry about him all the herky-jerky pulling up from three. He doesn't go from three to the cup like often. Like if he leaves the three line, he's usually going to the left or right elbow. He's searching out mid-range, which lets someone like Austin Reeves be a little bit more efficient on defense because he can body him up, and that makes AD as your help closer to you. So someone like someone like Shea, I don't want to say it's easier for AR to guard because that's crazy to say, but I feel like it's more of the type of guard that AR could guard. So someone like Ant, who's a strong guard, likes to body you up, who does have quickness, does have handles, but he likes to like feel the defenders, right? He likes to use his physicality. Someone like that, Austin is more equipped to guard. Someone like De'Aaron Fox, he has no chance. No chance at all. Even though I feel like he had a good first quarter against Fox in that game, he has no chance over the stretch of a basketball game of stopping or slowing him down. He just does not have one. So shout out to everyone on Twitter, man. The people watching on Twitter/X, the last handful of streams I've done have really starting to take off here. So I greatly appreciate y'all. Yeah, just do your boy a favor, man. Drop a like on Twitter and retweet that for your boy, man. Put it out in the Twitterverse, man, the Xverse, whatever they call it over there. Spread it to the masses, man. Spread the masses of Empire Jeff TV, our beautiful, beautiful community over here. So drop a like on the tweet and retweet it for your boy, man, and put it out there to the masses to help spread it. YouTube, drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already, and put on those post notifications to get notified when we go live on days such as tonight. But I wanted to make sure to shout out not only that people on YouTube, which I do every night, but I've noticed a pretty good pickup over there on Twitter /X. So shout out to you guys, man. I greatly appreciate y'all. Just hit that retweet for me. I greatly appreciate it. Or drop a comment on the video, man. Would greatly appreciate that. Thank you, guys. Sammy says, Jeff Jackson Hayes is practicing 3 games when he's shooting like that. Yeah, Jackson Hayes needs to chill, man. He's not going to get those in the game, man. Does Ham understand game momentums? Is this why he doesn't call timeouts? So like I said, I talk about it. I don't think Darvin's I don't think Darvin has great in-game management or reacts on the fly very well. I don't believe so. However, I think he has gotten a little bit better here. And I think that if his players are putting in work and playing hard, I think he's willing to go away from some of his principles to reward them. And I think that's what he's been asking for. Like I said, if you guys watch Backstage Lakers, you'll hear him talk about these things with the team, right? And they're just not doing it. So now they've started to do it. And I mean, as a result of that, he's kind of rewarding them by doing things he wasn't doing because he's breaking his principles to help them because they're breaking theirs to help him. And that's what partnership is. And that's what a team does. Let's see. I think we got another super chat in the building, man. Let me see. There we go. Appreciate you, bro. Passionate believer. Thank you again so much, man. My man Jeff out there building his empire, man. Appreciate you, man. The empire is just you guys, man. Like I said, building our beautiful community over here. It's just a fun place to be. That's why I was upset I couldn't be here on Friday with y'all, man. But just a great place to be because of people like you and everyone in the chat, everyone who's chiming in here. Leaving a chat in the section here, the comments after the fact, dropping a like on the video, or people who just listen. People just tune in and don't join the conversation, but listen to me every day and read your guys' comments, right? That's what it's all about. So thank you, Passionate Believer. I greatly appreciate you. Again, you're far too kind. Okay, now where was I here? Okay, so back to it. So back to that. So he does understand it. And again, Ham is... And again, I understand everyone's frustration with them, and he's brought this on himself, especially with his bad quotes. He doesn't have bad intentions because a lot of the stuff he's saying is actually true, but his quotes and the words he chooses to use to express them are really bad. So he brings it on himself. So don't get me wrong. But there's Darvin Ham. I assure you, Darvin Ham is not as stupid as people think. He's not. Darvin Ham is a head coach in the NBA, was an assistant coach on a championship team, and superstars respect him. So he's not a moron. It's completely different when you get the keys to the car and now you're driving it with people's lives in your hand versus sitting in the passenger seat. I understand that. And I've been saying that for 2 years. And people are like, no, he's been in the league his whole life. Like, I understand that. But what I'm saying is it's different when you're now the decision maker. It's very easy when you're part of the decision and you're a voice in the decision. And there even has an equal voice. But when it comes down to when you're that person that has to make the decision, then you can't do good cop, bad cop anymore, right? It lives and dies with you. And Darvin Ham took a little time to realize that. Darvin Ham struggled with coming to grips with that. And Darvin Ham was a late bloomer in that. Now, I still don't know. I still don't think there's much of anything he can do to salvage it because I think some people are just too far gone. The public pressure, the amount of people that hate this man might be a little too much to overcome. But that remains to be seen because it's just, I've never seen the Lakers head coach hated this much. And even as he starts to be better, like there's still a lot of people not willing to give him any credit. But it is encouraging to see some people, some people actually give him his flowers when he earns them. When he doesn't, he doesn't. You know what I mean? Get him when he doesn't. But when he does, just be fair as I ask. Carlos, what's good, my guy? Thanks for pulling up. I appreciate you, man. Tamika, thank you for pulling up as well. She says, great win. Absolutely. Bridget says, Jeff describing a toxic relationship with the Lakers right now. I am, man. I'm trying to tell you, I have trust issues with this team, man. I think I painted a good picture, though, right? I know I'm late on your comment because I'm catching up here, but I think I did a pretty good job at describing the situation, man. Huge dub. Won't surprise if Curry is somehow available on Saturday for the game against us. Yeah, they said that they would update him on Tuesday, so that leads me to believe it's not an extended loss of time there. 1 second, guys. So that leads me to believe he's not going to be out too long. So I would assume he plays for sure. One Peruvian guy, what's going on, man? Thank you for pulling up. Appreciate you. Dante, what's good, my guy? Thank you for pulling up, brother. Hope you had a good night. We got that win tonight. Appreciate you. Passionate Believer says Jeff should believe and have faith in Jeff. He's a reasonable guy. Jeff should ponder that about Jeff because Jeff has a point about Jeff. Jeff knows Jeff best after all. That's what I try to tell Jeff, right? When Jeff talks to Jeff, that's what he tells Jeff, man. I'm just trying to tell you, man. I try to I'm not a guy with a filter, but I do negotiate with myself. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you got to do that sometimes, man. You got to do that sometimes. And people say they don't, they're lying to you, man. They're lying to you, man. I appreciate you guys, man. Austin Reeves is a baller. He ain't a number 3, but he's a baller. Yeah, no, I agree with you. Like I said, he's a good role player. And if you got someone like Austin Reeves on your team as a role player, it's a good role player to have, man. Really, really is. Love the show. What's going on, my guy? Top of the evening chat. Empire Jeff, Search and Destroy, the modulator. Facts. Let's see. Richard says, what's going on, Richard? Said, man, wish we were, took our offer last season. He would be doing something else. Keep in mind that Nas signed a deal before he was eligible for the Lakers to even offer him one. He never hit free agency. That's a kind of a misconception. Nas signed with Minnesota before free agency. So the Lakers never had a shot at him. Never had a shot at him. I like AR at the bench. I do too. I really do. I think he's really good. I think he'd be good in that role. And like I said, he plays the same no matter where he starts or comes off the bench. Plays the same. Mari, what's going on, my guy? What up with you? Thanks for pulling up. Appreciate your continued support. True and real. What's happening with you? Thank you for pulling up. Big baby. What's going on, man? My migraine is just about gone, big baby. I can still kind of somewhat like feel the effect of it, but I'm good. I'm good now. I'm totally good. Like just about starting Saturday morning, I was turning a corner there, man. So I was looking forward to get back here with y'all tonight. But I'm good. Thank you, man. Thank you. Lakers Dodger for life. What's going on, my guy? My concern is giving up double-digit leads. Luckily, we turned it around today. Yeah, facts. Thing about that though, keep in mind though, in this league, double-digit leagues are not like they were before. A double-digit lead in today's league is like a 6-point lead 10, 15 years ago. It's just different. The way teams shoot the threes, the way you're not allowed to defend, the way the game is officiated, the style of play, the way these guys can get buckets effortlessly. A double-digit lead is not what a double-digit lead used to be, unfortunately, for a team that has a lead. Let's see. Starting up the chat there. Anthony Davis show up on Wednesday. Yeah, he's got to show up. Is it Wednesday or Tuesday? Don't we play the Kings on Tuesday? Or am I tripping? But yeah, he's got to show up. Definitely has to show up, man. Definitely. That's right, Jeff. Just get that win. I do miss Monk though. Man, I wish we had Monk, but again, we never had a chance because we signed him at the minimum, remember? And Sacramento came in 2 years, like 18 mil. So Lakers could get nowhere near that number. And he found him a good place to play, found him a home. So shout out to Malik Monk. But just Lakers had no chance of keeping him, man. Me too, Miss Angie, man. Me too. Anytime the Lakers win, man, and that's back-to-back wins, man. Over Milwaukee and Minnesota. We didn't have Braun on Friday, so if we would have lost that, no one gave us no pity. They didn't have their guys today, but we still had to handle that business, right? How many times this year did we go into games without our guys? We still don't got our guys. So that's the way of the league, man. That's the way of this league. You got to win these type of games. You can't let Minnesota come in here and beat you without their guys, man. You got to take advantage because that's what I told you guys. If you guys remember, What did I tell you about a week and a half ago when everyone was saying, "Oh, strength to schedule this, strength to schedule that"? I'm not a real big strength of schedule guy. I cover it and talk about it because a lot of people in here are, and a lot of people on Twitter that I talk about it are. But that's not one of the metrics I heavily look at because we never know who's going to play in these games. It also doesn't account for back-to-backs. It doesn't account for 4 days and 5 nights. It doesn't account for injuries. It doesn't account for resting. It doesn't account for any of this. So what I'm saying is, like, while strength of schedule is cool, it's not just completely worthless. I don't want to come off and say that, but it's not as deep or it's not as important as people make it out to be. It is important, but it's not end all be all like some people make. Because, like I said, the Lakers had a bad one about a week ago, and now they're in the middle. You know what I mean? So it's not as bad as it always seems. Context and substance added to everything always leads to better results. I'm just trying to say. So when it comes down to strength of scheduling, I've never been a big believer and lover of that. It's like, to me, it's like defensive ratings on players. Those numbers are useless to me because that's the team, not the player, right? You can put a top tier defensive player on a very bad defensive team and his defensive rating is going to plummet. And that's what happens. So you can put a mediocre defensive player on a very good defensive team and his defensive rating will skyrocket. Just the way it goes. So same thing with me is with strength of schedule is we can't predict who's going to play. Doesn't account for back-to-backs, 4 games and 5 nights, injuries, suspensions, etc., etc. But man, yeah. Super happy for this one tonight. Nicholas Clark says, drop coverage against speedy guards seems to kill this team defensively. What defensive scheme should you try? So what you got to do is you have to line up some type of thing that you can switch on everything and take that advantage away. Or you've got to really repressure it and not drop on and go under it. The problem is when you don't have the foot speed, Nicholas Clark, and the Lakers foul way too many 3-point shooters. So you don't have the foot speed. You can't get back in time to close out while at the same time being able to have the foot speed to recover to stop them on the drive, which leads to AD getting in early foul trouble. So all these different things. The problem is the Lakers just don't have the personnel to do it right now. Now with Gabe and Vando, that's a step forward. And with Christian Wood's length, that's a step forward. But those 3 guys being out, oddly enough, are probably our 3 most important guys when it comes to improving our defense, because you have a point of attack defender, while not elite, he's a point of attack defender in Gabe. You have a wing / perimeter / some big defender in Bando who also can rebound. And then you have Christian Wood, who, like I said earlier, has actually played very good defense this season. His length has helped AD alongside AD. And those 3 guys being out for extended periods of time hurts the Lakers. Now, I know Darvin Ham hadn't been playing Christian Wood as much as he should, but Christian Wood brought that on himself. If he comes in and puts in the time, puts in the work, puts in the effort, I believe he will get a chance again. And if he does, then that only helps the team. Really does. And he's going to be needed out there. And I still think come playoff time, he's going to be trusted. But his length is going to help the Lakers. You got his length. And now you have Jackson Hayes as your last big as opposed to your second big. Because then you have Vando, you have Christian Wood, you have AD, Rui, Braun, and you got Jackson Hayes in spot minutes. And a guy can get out there if you need just a burst or a couple of fouls or guys need a breather if it's an intense game. Like, then you have him. That's what his role is. Jackson Hayes can't be a guy in your 8-man rotation. That can't happen. But oddly enough, those 3 guys that we got, re-signing Vando, signing Gabe, signing Christian Wood, those are all players that we're going to be heavily counted on this season that we're going to war without. So we can feel the effects of that. Satro, what's going on, my guy? Says, salute, Jeff. Let's go, Lake Show. Appreciate your takes, brother. Keep popping. Hey, appreciate you, man. I appreciate you appreciating the takes, man. I appreciate you being here. You know me, man. My takes are pretty simple, man. Simple yet intricate. Don't get too crazy around here. But like I said, I don't want to get too high or too low. That's just me. I kind of just stay. And it's funny because I used to be like just crazy, too high or too low. You know what I mean? I've learned to center and balance myself and understand that this beautiful game of basketball that we love so much has its ups and downs. It has its ebbs and flows, and there's a reason. And it has to be context and substance added to everything, man. And while this team I have trust issues with, and why this team drives me nuts, I have yet to see this team whole. And maybe that team If that ever happens this season, if I am able to see that team whole, then maybe I will learn to trust that team. Right now, we got issues, dog. We got trust issues. We got trust issues. Like I said, but I really, really, really want to believe in this team. I want to trust this team. I root for this team regardless. I want to see them win regardless. Obviously, I'm a diehard Laker fan. Been a Laker fan my whole life. Shit, when I came out, my umbilical cord was purple, man. Like, just trying to tell you, man. Like, I believe purple and gold, but at the same time, I'm not going to make excuses for purple and gold, and I'm not going to not keep it real. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. But I would love to greatly trust this team. I'm hoping I can. It's going to take some time, man, because they've just let us down so much this season. And I still like the talent this team has. Like I said, they're able to shoot the ball now. They just really need to be able to defend, rebound, and limit the turnovers. And I think those things in and of itself can really, really turn the end of the season around, man. Dante says, Ocho Cinco keeps saying Wilson was going to Pitt. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it makes a difference, but he's not a game changer anymore, and that team still has some work to do. So I don't even think anyone in Kansas City even looked at their phone to see that notification, to be honest, man. For sure, I'm about to say. Let's see. Sammy says, Sigmund, what type of injury? Are you talking about Sengun? Wait. Oh, okay, got you. Yeah, it's a leg and ankle, bro. It was just really bad. Super bad. God bless him, man. Hope he's back soon, man. We just need to keep on him to keep his rotations going and not play role players too many minutes. I love the show. I agree, but like I said, man, there's so many games. I think to be honest, and I say that this comes from a place of love because I love the Lakers and I love Laker fans. I am one. This comes from a place of love. But I think a lot of Laker fans are unrealistic and have unrealistic expectations. You can't go to a bench to replace the guy who's out there when you don't have the pieces to throw out there. Like, there's things you can't do. And the thing is, there's one thing you guys, if I can achieve one thing in getting you guys to wrap your head around some of the Prince minutes and some of these, while Taurean Prince should never play 30 minutes a game. Never. But adding someone like Taurean Prince, believe it or not, even someone like Cam Reddish, having Vando, Max Christie, along with an AD, these guys are the reasons that we didn't get swept by the Clippers this year. We went 3-1. These guys is why we won the first 3 games against Phoenix and finished the season 3-2 against them. These guys are the reason we went 3-1 against OKC. These guys. But these guys aren't those guys that can really stop Denver. That's on AD and Braun. That's on AD and Braun. But these guys, the Taurean Princes, the Cam Reddishes, Max Christie's, those ones, their ability to guard wings, when we weren't able to do that for years. So just think about that. When you lay your heads down on your pillow tonight, or maybe you're up all night, whenever you lay down in the morning, whatever. What I'm saying is, just think what it felt like to continually get swept by the Clippers. Just remember that. So getting those wings is able to help us beat all these other teams in the league and give me the confidence where, like, I don't fear no other team but Denver because we have the guys to guard those guys. We have those guys. Our problem is Denver. So, like I said, these rotation guys, and there's times where he just doesn't have guys to play. Cam's out. Vando's out. Christian Wood is out. Gabe is out. Like, all these guys that were out, he really just didn't have a bunch of other options. And what happens is you develop trust and chemistry with these guys who are there. They show up. They're available. You kind of want to end up rewarding them. But then you have to actually do the facts over feelings. Look at the numbers and be like, okay, this isn't a team that we need him out there for 28, 29, 30 minutes because this isn't a team that's flooded with wings that we have to have him out there on. And that's, I think, where Darvin has gotten better. So he's earned the criticism there, but I just do want you guys to kind of understand that the Torian Princes and then these guys that you guys can't stand, it's the reason why we went 3-1 against the Clippers. That's just a fact. That's just a fact. Detroit, what's going on, my guy? Thank you for pulling up, brother. Appreciate you, man. Says now Snell to Angels. Jeff. Wait for tomorrow, y'all. Wait for tomorrow. There can be some interesting stuff popping tomorrow. Wait till tomorrow. Detroit guy says it's a great win tonight. Great perimeter defense all around. Great defense, smothering defense, great switches, excellent rotations. This is the type of basketball that I grew up watching the Lakers play. Well, they had moments, right? My thing, Detroit, is, and I'm sure you can attest to this, I get frustrated with this team being able to play defense in long stretches, right? But they had moments when they went out there and did their thing. Austin played really tough defense in multiple spots against Ant tonight. Obviously, he's not going to be able to shut him down or guard him. Ant missed shots. But yeah, I mean, there were times they were able to. They have pockets. They have like little areas. Like the Lakers are like a bunch of burrows that don't line up, right? But when they do, when all those, it's like an engine, man. You being from Detroit, man, you know those factories, all them out there, Detroit, man. When that beautiful thing called the engine is, everything is flowing and everything is going off on all cylinders, man. Everything is just working. When the Lakers motor gets going like that, they can F with anybody. They can F with anybody. But the problem is everything, right? When they go to start the car, you gotta get out. You gotta wait for someone to come over and give you a jump start. Hey, can you give me you gotta do all this, right? Water in the radiator. Thank God I got an EV. Don't gotta deal with this stuff no more. Shout out to Tesla. But all these things that you gotta do to get that engine running right. You gotta put the oil in it. You gotta check the oil. You gotta do all this. You gotta get it maintenance. You gotta do all this. That's the Lakers, man. But when they're popping, they're straight. Problem is, it's too far between popping. You know what I mean? They got to carry a little battery around and jumpstart their own battery when the damn thing don't start. Annoying. Oh, man. Let's see. Patrick says, Jeff, how will having the handshake foul allowed again be able to stop all the three-point chucking? Wouldn't that just encourage more three-point shooting since penetration is more difficult now? Yes and no, because what you can do here is it depends, though. So let me tell you why. That depends, because when you got guys, let's say someone like a Steph, let's say someone like a Clay, let's say someone even to the lines of like a Devin Bradley Beal, someone like a anyone that comes off of screens, dribble handoffs, all these different things, you could be more physical with them. And what's going to happen is with someone like a Steph, someone like these guys, when you can bump them off their route and you can be more physical, then it disrupts the whole play. So think of like football, when they allow the cornerbacks and to have contact with the receivers up to a certain amount of yards, and then they can't touch them after the fact. That makes that first from the moment the ball is snapped to they go, that timing is so important because you throw them off their route. So when you got guys that can get out there, be more aggressive and more defensive, a little bit more holding, a little bit more using your form to keep guys off their route. Well, when they're off their route, then the ball can't be delivered on time. And basketball offenses, especially something intricate with someone like what Steph runs, it's all off feel and timing. You disrupt the timing, you can disrupt Steph. So while these three-point shooters can do it, and Steph can't shoot off the dribble, a lot of it is coming off screens. So it can affect the three-point shooters. They should give incentives to being a part of all defensive team. They should, and they should make. Y'all ever notice how all defensive team only has 2 teams, and all NBA has like 3? Like all these other teams have 3, but all defense only has 2. Like I think they double it up. Like make all defensive teams 4 teams, and pay them. Then you'll see dudes get out there and defend out there for real. Gabe, March 23rd, my guess. That'd be great, man. That'd be great. Fabio says, D'Lo inspired me, Jeff. You don't understand the will of a man on a mission. Yeah, man. Look, I mean, a lot of us have had moments in our lives where we've had to dig deep. We've had to really focus. We've had to really work hard, harder than we ever thought we could. Really, really put in work and exceed our own expectations, right? We've all, and I know I've surprised myself, pleasantly surprised myself multiple times in life with things that, like, you know what, I don't know if I'm going to get this done, but I'm going to go for it. I'm going to push hard. I'm going to do it. I'm going to fight through it. And, I'm able to reach things in my life that I never imagined possible because of just my pure will, my drive, and my success rate and believing in myself because I've succeeded in things I didn't think I could. Um, and like what happens is when you're down and out, and then when you have people believing in you, that relationship he has with Austin Reeves and him just believing in him, and there's other players on that team too that are really, really good with D'Lo. When you have good people around you, when you got brothers and good family people and good friends, good business people around you, you know what I mean? Like, then life is easy. The work can still be hard, but life is easy when you surround yourself with the right people. And D'Lo, outside of that little, situation he had when he was 19 with the Nick Young situation, outside of that, man, he's been loved by everywhere he's been. So like D'Lo's got love from people, so they were rooting for him, and then he found his way, and that's why that game when he was on the bench, and that, I said it that night, like to me it looks like relief, and I said it that night, like it just to me like it feels like, man, finally that's I got through this, got past that, I figured it out, because I'm telling you, like someone like me, I have like almost like a more emotional response to something once I'm like, man, whoo, that was that was rough. I figured it out though. Shout out to me. I figured it out, man. Man. Then you can start talking about how tough it was. Then you can kind of like be real about it. Because when you're in it, you're in it. Like I never break down in it. Once I make it through, then I'm like, whoo, I can, bro. You know what I mean? Like never. I've never broken down in it. But when you make it through it, sometimes it can be emotional, man, because sometimes you go through hell. Let's see. Ham is better than Doc Rivers. I think everyone is better than Doc Rivers, man. I don't know if it's Jamie or Jaime Sanchez, but what's going on, Sanchez? He says, hey, Empire has an emperor. Hey, appreciate you, man. Thank you, man. Thank you for tuning in. Tell myself I'm going to quit smoking, but I don't take advice from MFs who talk themselves. So this case, I roll it. Yeah, I know you should stop smoking, Dante, for real. A lot of the men in my life, my father, my grandpas, all my uncles, my cousins, like they all smoked, all of them. I never did, just because I got real sick as a kid, being in a house full of smoke, like real bad, like real bad, and to a point where like my mom stopped smoking because her son got jacked up over it, man, and then from there, I didn't have to smoke outside, but they still smoked, right? But my dad one day my dad was a heavy smoker. And just one day was like, I don't want to do it no more. I'm just gonna stop. And he was actually, Dante, check this. He was more mad that he was able to stop without nothing because he could have stopped years ago because he thought it was gonna be hard. And he just like, no, once I wrapped my mind around it, it was it. And he never, and he was able to do it. Just cold turkey. Crazy. But he did it. So you could do it, bro. You could do it. So it's smoking is a bad habit, Dante. You gotta let that go, bro. But well, hold on. I may have read this wrong. I don't know if you talk about cigarettes or something else. Something else, that's a totally different story. If you talk about cigarettes, stop smoking that. Adam, what's going on, my guy? All these guys in our starting lineup right now can score, so I think we'll be all right till Vando gets back. Yeah, they can score. Adam, the problem is, is are they going to be able to, like when they're going against Sacramento, are they going to be able to defend? Is that starting lineup going to be able to defend? And that's my question. That's my worry. And I hope so, but that remains to be seen, right? So we're gonna have to play that out and see. But that Sacramento game is going to be so telling to me, man. Warren, what's going on, my guy? So let's go Lakers. Good win, Jeff. I agree with you. Jeff AD played very good after getting hit in the shoulder. No more street clothes. Yeah, you got to give him his credit, man, because he's shown up for everything, man. He's been shown up for everything. So he's silenced that narrative, which I'm proud of him for. Now it's time to silence that Euro narrative. He has it. It's in his hands. He has the power to silence it. He just got to do it. Spurs starting to look good. We don't want to play them now. Yeah, man, do you see how many threes they made against Golden State? Like that team, it's like when we played them that one day, like and when we lost to them, they just wouldn't stop missing threes. And sometimes in today's era, some teams can just have games where they do not miss. And they had that game against Golden State. They had that game. Once again, man, shout out to everyone over here who's tuned in, man. Make sure to drop a like on the video if you're watching on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on those post notifications to be notified when we go live on nights such as tonight. We would greatly appreciate you, man. We got 50 people in the building on YouTube right now and 50 likes, man. You guys are the real MVPs. We greatly appreciate y'all. And everyone over on Twitter, again, man, like I said, starting to take off over here on Twitter. So greatly appreciate y'all. We got over 50 of you guys on Twitter right now watching live. So do your boy a favor, drop a like on the video on Twitter/X and retweet that bad boy. Put it out in the universe. Let the people know we out here. Would greatly appreciate it, man. And drop a comment on the video as well in the tweet or in the live chat, man. We greatly appreciate you guys continuing to tune in over there. We thank you and we value your time. So appreciate you. Do labels actually help you succeed in 2024? Are you talking about record labels? Was that what you're talking about? I'm assuming you're talking about record labels, but I don't want to go on a whole discussion on that if you're talking about something else. Should Gabe adopt a Vandal-like role? I have no confidence in his shooting capabilities. That would be ideal if he was able to be a gritty defender, be a guy who can penetrate with the ball and open up shots for others, and then open up his shots. I think playing with LeBron, AD, and guys like that, I think he's a capable shooter. But yeah, if he could focus on the defensive end and put in that work, I think he could have something, because he's a stronger guard. He's got grit to him, and that's what this team needs on the perimeter. The media rarely did Michael wrong, man. Same ones that called him Wacko Jacko flipped the switch as they never made fun of him. Man, that was a whole thing about the media, man. Is the media same thing with, like, LeBron was the media dawning, right? Like, for forever. They build you up to tear you down. That's just what they've always done since the beginning of time. They will build you up and they will tear you down, because they're going to ride the wave on the way up financially for their organizations, and they're going to ride the wave on the way down because that's their business. That's how they make their money. So that's what they do. They will build you up to tear you down. KD, what's good, my guy? Thank you for pulling up. I appreciate you. Ace says, what's going on? Ace, he said, what's good, Jeff? Nice win for the Lakers. Facts. Facts. Man, we got Queen Strawberry in here, man. Thank you for pulling up. I appreciate you. Dinwiddie's outside shooting is becoming more like Westbrook. Yeah. He's playing a different role. And he's definitely got to improve on that. But I think his ability to defend and play the actual point guard position, being able to penetrate and get to the rim and get others involved, I think he can work his way out there. Says NFL free agency going to be crazy tomorrow, Jeff. Yeah, it is. I'm excited for that. I'm a Giants fan. I don't know what's going to happen. I hope we keep Saquon. I would hate to see him go somewhere else. But outside of that, yeah, that was very interesting to see where the top people land beginning of free agency tomorrow. Free Mind, what's going on? It says, but let's be honest, who has the players to really guard Jokic currently? No one does. But just make them compete. Just compete. And I know what I'm saying is, like, don't just accept the fact that we can't stop him. Like, make him work. Knock these dudes on their ass, man. Like, have some pride. That's what I'm saying. Like, get out there and fight for what's yours. In your opinion, what adjustments as game plan would you make with this team versus Denver? Shout out to Jovan Buddha of The Athletic. I was checking out his stream last night, and I want to give him credit because this was his idea, not mine, but I like it. And while it's a lot to ask of LeBron, I think he might be onto something here. I've had versions of this, but not to the extent at which he spoke at. He wants to go like full-fledged with this. And the way he described it, it kind of made me be like, okay. But again, it's a tall task for LeBron. And maybe we only get away with this in the final, like, 5 minutes of a game. Fourth quarter, the clutch moments, right? Or maybe the ends of half, so whatever it is. But putting Braun on Murray, AD on Joker, and just switching immediately. Because, and then try to take away the disadvantage on the switch. And by doing that, like I said, it's a tall task to ask for Braun, but he's strong enough to stay in front of Murray. He is strong enough to apply some pressure to Joker if he's going to be dribbling high-low up there. And then AD is got the lateral movement and the length to be able to stay, to be able to contest Murray. And The more and more I think about that, and the more after he broke it down, and if you guys haven't checked that out, go check out his video. The more I think about it, I think he's right. I think he's right. I don't think we have another way because if it's at the end of the game, Vandal might not be out there. You may have to have D'Lo and Reeves out there for offensive purposes. So I think you might be right. And if that's the case, if you've got Braun on Murray, AD on Joker, and when they go to that pick and roll, they can't force a switch. If they do, then you're not at a complete disadvantage. And then you also have to make those guys work on defense as well. Yeah, first time we've been 6 games over 500 in 3 years. Yeah. And no one's talking about that. No one's celebrating that, right? Because we're still in the damn 9th seed. But yeah, no, you're right. You're right. KD, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, man. There are tomorrow can be interesting. Let's see. Controversial man. What do you think makes Denver turn it up a notch versus the Lakers? They have disadvantages. So a good team exploits mismatches, exploits advantages. And it's also the Lakers. It's LeBron. They beat you on the way to a championship. Like there's a lot of different things there. But most importantly is Mike Malone hates the Lakers. He gasses his team up like a good coach should, has them prepared to play, has them viewed as enemy number one, puts up probably a bunch of bulletin board material and has them ready to play. And he is doing a great job at that. But they also have advantages. And they use their advantages and they just tear them apart in the crunch time. It's a very, very good basketball team, man. D'Lo has shown a level of maturity compared to when he first arrived in LA. Oh, yeah, man, he was 19, man. A lot of these NBA teams don't let these players and don't give these players time for both their bodies and minds to mature. They just don't do it. And a lot of times when you wait it out right, that's why you see a lot of these guys are like, oh, it didn't work here, but it worked there. What did they do so differently? They might not have done anything differently. They got the dude when he was grown up. His body and his mind matured. And sometimes it takes a guy 4 or 5 years. Sometimes you got to wait. But some of these organizations are not in position to wait. They need to win now. And they need to make moves. They got to do it. So I get why sometimes these guys pop off somewhere else because these other teams just don't have the patience. And that's why you'll see that these guys explode on the scene elsewhere. How much do you think D'Lo gets this offseason, stays, go, and what that impact depth and offseason moves? So it's going to be a very interesting one for the Lakers. Lakers almost have to resign him, and I think they will. I think he opts out at this point, and I think he returns to the Lakers because he balled out because he wanted to stay. When you look at the teams around the league out there that have the money, Philly, Orlando, maybe. OKC, do they need more shooting? Maybe if they flare out. But I think if you look around the league, I think the Lakers are in position to keep him. Now, money-wise, we'll see how he plays in the playoffs. If he plays like D'Lo has the last 25 games all the way through whatever point they exit the playoffs, then I think D'Lo gets, 3 years, 75, 80, something like that. I don't think he gets 4 years, 100. I don't think he's getting that. Right now, like I said that right now, things can change. Markets can change. If they go for a big trade and they want his money involved, then they got to do a sign and trade to send him. It's hard to tell because we don't know where this team is going to finish, and we don't know when they're going to finish. Do they go out in the first round? And because of that, do they try to blow everything up? Do they go to the conference finals or the finals? Like, it's too hard to tell. We have to see how he plays, how they play, when their season ends, and how their season ends. All of those things are going to dictate what happens with D'Lo. Wait, Jeff. Okay, there you go. I caught myself and corrected myself. That's what I'm saying. My fault. That's a totally different conversation. I had someone the other day on here telling me that. For some reason, I thought it was you, but it wasn't. I had someone the other day. Someone told me because they're like, they told me like, you're so good at like getting us to calm down after a bad loss. Like, walk me through quitting smoking. Right? I had someone do this. I was like, okay, so because yeah, so my bad, Dante. But I caught myself about halfway through it. I was like, wait. So yeah, gotcha. Favorite all-time Lakers. from 1 to 5 positions. Point guard, Magic Johnson. Shooting guard, obviously Kobe Bryant. I'm gonna do small forward, LeBron James. Center, Shaquille O'Neal. This is my favorite, not the best. It's my favorite. Power forward. Man, he went 2 with us. Pouty. I'm gonna go AD at the 4. So I'm gonna go LeBron. I'm gonna go Kobe. I'm gonna go LeBron. I'm gonna go AD, and I'm gonna go Shaq. Let's see. BK is crazy, refusing 5 first-round picks from Mikal Bridges. Only player I'd move Rui for has to be Mikal. Not gonna lie. I don't know how true that is, though. Controversial, man. I don't know. I had heard that. But I heard that it wasn't that wasn't true. That wasn't accurate. That there were pick swaps involved, and the maximum was 3, and with protections. So again, with these reports, I talked to someone who covers Brooklyn professionally, and they told me that wasn't true. That there was a combination of things that were offered, but there was 3 picks, but there were protections and there were pick swaps, but it wasn't 5 unprotected first round picks. Jovan I like, but I dislike his biased reporting at times. You say you like? I mean, I like him. A lot of the reporters, you got to understand. A lot of them are like, I've told you guys this before. This is why I don't get into the news breaking business, and why I don't like to report or be like, I don't do that, because it's so easy to be wrong because your information is wrong. And that person could be right at the time that they were telling you, or they could have just been given false information. So they're not lying to you, and we're not lying to you, but the information somewhere along the line could be wrong. And you could get stories right 90 times out of 100, but the people are going to only remember the 10 you messed up. So like just take it back to Ohtani and the Dodgers. There are people out there who never got stories wrong, who jumped out on that and got it wrong. And now people don't trust them. But this is why, even if I wasn't, I never will be. Even if I was in a news breaking business, I'll never want to be first. Because it's the rush to be first that everyone has that gets them in trouble. And that is what got a lot of those Ohtani people in trouble, is because they wanted to be first. And that could be problematic. So that's why I'll never do that. Even with all the resources I have, relationships that I have, I may give hints, but I can't stamp my name on anything here, because things could change. Things can change. Things could change, and I don't want to be accused of clout chasing. I don't want to be accused of clickbait. I don't want to do any of that, because it just doesn't. You can only really lose. Someone like me can only really lose. I'm not a professional reporter. I don't have like a resume behind me on this stuff. I feel like the Dodger stuff and some of the stuff that I've thrown out there, I think I put enough out there that came true, that I think people understand where I'm coming from. Okay, he knows what he's talking about, but it's never going to be something I truly pursue. So I respect people like Jovan and these guys who go out there, who attach their name to stuff, put out there what they hear, but they're also smart enough to kind of read through what is, what's not, and it's their job to report on it. They come across something. But it's a tough gig, man, because like I said, all it takes is for you to be wrong, and people just they doubt you from there on out. It's a rough position, man. Katie said, Jeff, come on. I just what I talked about right now, Katie. It's not my story, man. It's not my story. You guys know me by now. It's not my story. Are we on a collision course with Denver in the first round? It's very probable. It could, but I would hope not. That's not something I want to see for sure, man. MPJ was perfect as well. Yeah, man, he didn't have a great playoff against us, but he's had a great last 2 games against us for sure. Ironically, we beat Denver last year before the deadline with the worst team when AD got hurt. Yeah, weird. Also, Denver's core has been there for years. Meanwhile, the Lakers still have more fresh squad. Yeah, that's a fact. Let's see. Passionate believer again, man. Thank you so much. Said, Jeff, do you talk Dodgers on this channel or other one? I talk Dodgers on this one as well. So I did it a lot during the off season. I've covered some spring training. I will definitely be doing a lot during the season. Gearing up for that. Got some more equipment. Got some stuff I can do while I'm on the road. Got some stuff I'm gonna do. So got a lot of different things I'm gonna do, man. I'm gonna do some vlogging stuff. If you guys are interested in that, I'll keep it going, man. While I do some pre-recorded stuff, get information out to you guys. I've got all this time. I take Lucky for walks out here. I'm outside, so I might as well just take that time and some film some things to get some information out there and get more content to you guys. So if there's something you guys like, I'm doing a few more of these like shorts where it's kind of just me talking to you guys for about a minute at a time, tapping in with you guys. I'm trying to do more to get more content out there because I've got a lot on my plate, man. I'm a busy guy, and but I really love doing this, and I just got to get a little creative here. So definitely appreciate you guys tuning in for all the content, and I got a whole bunch of Dodger content coming. Trust me. What should Chicago do this offseason? They got 40 million sitting on the bench. Yeah, I mean, I think they look to move Levine, obviously. Maybe this is the summer Caruso moves. If Lonzo Ball comes back and is able to play, which is reports were today that he's getting out there and running. So if that happens, then maybe he becomes someone that someone will take on as an expiring deal. Drummond is a free agent. We'll see where he goes. But Vukovic maybe gets moved. So Chicago's got a lot of things they got to look at and may blow things up here, man. Do you think Levine is overrated? I think he's a very good basketball player, but I don't think he's worth his money just because I don't think he impacts winning a whole ton as being paid as a top guy. His defense isn't great, and he's off injured. So I'm overrated. I think overpaid. He's a very good player, but I think overpaid. Let's see. Levine isn't worth his salary. Yeah, that's pretty much what I said. Austin for DeJounte is a good trade for us. Well, yeah, you just got to see what lines up here. And that might not be enough. They may not want that. Yeah, I'm not giving up Austin and 2 or 3 first-round picks for DeJounte Murray. Like, I'm not doing that. I don't think they're doing it for Austin in 1 pick, and I don't think the Lakers should pay more for that. KD, man, thank you, brother. Jeff doing the Lord's work. Great Lakers win. Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate you, man. You doing the Lord's work out from these super chats here. So appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for always tuning in, man. Like I said, the super chats are great. The super stickers are great. Dropping likes on the video, subscribing to the channel. But most importantly, your guys' time, as I've always said, man. Your time is precious. And the fact that you choose to spend the time with me and us, I greatly, greatly appreciate it. But in that note, if you have not done so already, please drop a like on the video on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. And once again, shout out to everyone over there on Twitter, man, because you guys are rolling heavy in the paint over there today, man. 60 people now over there on Twitter watching right now. So do your boy a favor, drop a retweet on the video, jump in the live chat or leave a comment on the post after the fact. We'll greatly appreciate you, man. I want to try to spread the word over there on Twitter as well and get the show popping over there continuously. So appreciate you guys. This gap in the schedule is much needed. Team is banged up. Yeah, they made it through a rough part, but then they've also got another really brutal part coming up, and then that 6-game road trip is going to be not fun. So they've got to do what they can right now to continue to get separation or try to gain on these teams and hold pace and just do everything they can to try to get up to that 6th seed. I think it's possible. I do think it's possible, but like I said, it depends on what this team is going to do, how they're going to play. But I think it is possible. Man, Katie, appreciate you, bro. He says another one, man. Thank you, man, brother. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, man. And hopefully we'll have some baseball stuff to talk about tomorrow. Hopefully. But I'm excited. I'm excited for Dodgers to get going, man. I'm excited to go to the stadium a bunch of games this year. Like I'll do some live shows from the stadium, some post game, pre game. Let y'all see some 7th inning stretches out there, man. Let y'all see some first pitches. Let y'all see all kinds of different stuff going on, man. So can't wait to cover the Dodgers, man. Not only just in LA, I'm also going to be in OKC this year, going over to cover AAA. Like I said, I got family that lives like 10 minutes from the ballpark. It'd be great to get out there at the time when they're there while OKC is in the playoffs and maybe be able to cover a playoff game. It'd be great if the Lakers are out there and I get to go out there when they're out there. That'd be fantastic. But like I said, man, a lot of things coming. For those of you guys who are new here to the channel or those who've been around, this is still a fairly new channel. Only really got going in August. So the fact that this baseball season, I feel is going to be big for the channel, and this NBA off season and these NBA playoffs, I think is going to be big for the channel and the community. So together we grow, man. And that's exactly what I'm looking for. And I can't wait. At some point, man, we got to get past all these games that have been just so horrible to witness for the Lakers. And hopefully they turn the corner. They give us something to be proud and hold our heads for over here. And then we got Dodger baseball. And I just can't wait for this to get going, man. Everyone, please like and subscribe on AD's birthday, the holiest of days. The 6-game road trip has a lot of winnable games outside the Bucks. It does, but it's just 6 games on the road. It's tough, bro. Let's see. Who's your football team? What's going on, Anthony? I'm a fan of the New York Football Giants, baby. I say that with pride, even though it's man. Man, passionate believer, man. Thank you again, brother. Said, yes, sir. Another one. Why not? Kudos, Mr. Jeff. Hey, thank you guys, man. We having a super chat-a-thon over here, man. Greatly appreciate you. Oh man, we got another one, man. No. This is great, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all so much, bro. Thank y'all, man. Appreciate you guys, man. We're getting a time to update on Gabe and Vando. I think within the next couple of weeks, I think we'll have Gabe. Vando, it remains to be seen. But thank y'all, man. Thank y'all. Seriously. KD, passionate believer. Thank y'all so much, man. Thank y'all, man. I'm a Giants fan too. That's what's up, man. I'm a big time Giants fan, man. But we overachieved last year, underachieved this year. Hopefully we repeat 2 years ago this year, man. Shout out to the New York Football Giants, man. Jeeves says super chat fight. Man. Gotta love the super chats, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Like, you guys don't have to do it, man. I don't do it for that. You know what I mean? And I don't come in here every night expecting it. So it's incredible, man. So thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so. Oh man, another one. Hey, Dante, thank you, brother, man. Appreciate y'all so much, man. Like, man, I still, guys, this is still surreal to me, man. This is still surreal to me. The fact that not only people tune in and listen or watch, you know, it's still surreal to me, man. Can't wrap my mind around it. It's incredible, man. It's incredible. We still didn't find out Yovan's 5 favorite rappers. Who knows what he's hiding? I'm gonna get that info. I got you. I'm gonna get it. Oh man, another one. Man, appreciate you, passionate believer, man. This is incredible, man. Thank y'all, man. This is dope, man. The streets need a 1-versus-1 pickup game versus you and Dan. Now, Dan, honestly, I haven't played it so long. Dan plays all the time. That probably wouldn't even be a fair game right now. He'd get that walking away right now. So I got no problem admitting that. I haven't touched a basketball in so long, man. And I'm at a point in my life I'm scared to play because I don't want to get hurt. like towards the end when I was playing a lot, even at the end of my high school days when I was playing ball, just the injury just kept stacking up. So I gave it up. Like from that standpoint, it's when I really got into coaching is because when I jacked up my knee and couldn't really get out there anymore like I wanted to, and your body can't do what your mind knows to do. It's frustrating. So which what led me into coaching. But right now, like I said, I haven't played an actual basketball game in a long time, and I know Dan plays all the time. So credit to him for that. I would love to be out there. I miss it. Like there's no tomorrow. I miss it. I just can't. So that wouldn't be a fair fight on my end. Like I said, he plays all the time. And just wouldn't be something that people would want to see. Trust me. Let's see. Wait, let me so. Yeah, we got another one. Man, I appreciate you, KD, man. Appreciate y'all. This is incredible, man. This is incredible. We had Passionate Believer. We had KD go here. We had Dante popping up here, man. Man, thank y'all, man. It's all DJ Khaled's in here with another one. That's what's up, man. Man, secure the bag alert, man. Appreciate y'all, man. But on the other note, I wouldn't mind getting a bunch of the people together, like a bunch of different creators, get out there and organize a tournament, organize some stuff like that. I can get out there for fun, joking around, playing, but I can't get out there in a serious atmosphere right now. Like my body just isn't capable. You know what I mean? I just mess around, get hurt, miss work. And I'm like, man, can't do it. I wish I could, man. I really, really wish I could. But who knows? I also look at that as a time like if I didn't get hurt, I wouldn't have entered the coaching ranks. I wouldn't have had probably the best stretch of my life and some of the greatest accomplishments of my life. Built some of the greatest relationships of my life. Got to be impact on people's lives and vice versa. So while you never want to be injured, and it's never something that I, during the process, it was hell. But it actually led me down a path that taught me a lot of things that benefited me later in life with leadership skills and management and running a business and all these different things that I learned all from when I went into coaching. So while I miss playing and I wish I was still able to, I actually became a better person and a better earner and more successful as a result. So can't knock the results. You know what I mean? African Gamer, what's going on, my guy? If you want to stop smoking, just stop doing it. He just got that far. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what my dad did. I'm telling you, it worked, bro. It worked. I'm surprised Jamal Murray is still not an all-star until this day. Jamal Murray is a killer. He's a certified killer. People act like he only gives the Lakers buckets. People act like he just takes it to the Lakers, right? And he is capable of destroying like most of the league. When like Jamal Murray, after 2020, and he kind of like fell off the radar for a lot of people, it wasn't because of his game, it was because he got hurt. Once he got healthy again, it was a wrap for the league. It was over. It was curtains, right? Um, that boy, when he's healthy, is a problem, not just for the Lakers, but for the entire league. I started smoking weed 3 days ago. Hey, appreciate you. There you go, man. There you go. Appreciate your efforts there, man. Shout out to you. Anything that you guys want to stop doing that you do and you see it through, salute to you, man. Like I'm not here to tell people what to do or not do, but if you're sitting here and someone says they strive to do something and they complete it, I'm proud of you. So there you go, man. Just like if there's something you're trying to stop, whether it's smoking, whether it's drinking, whatever it is, just one day at a time, man. And celebrate the mini victories, the small journeys, and then it becomes like days become weeks, weeks become months, months become years, years become decades, right? And then that's how it goes. Doesn't happen overnight. The decision can happen overnight, but the grind remains. That's all you got to do, man. Let's see. You could do it. Yeah, he basketball shooting game at Dave and Buster's with everyone. That'd be kind of cool too. That'd be cool. Oh man. Let's see. It's been 20 years on weed has negative effect on me now. Oh yeah, if it's having a negative effect, then you definitely should stop. If it's having a negative effect. We like Kenya Martin Jr. on this team. Where is he now? Where is he? Wasn't he on the Clippers or he got moved again after that? Where is he now? Top of my head, I can't. 80 go 0-10 versus a boner. What's going on, Boki Badass? What's going on? I hope not. I really hope not. And you know what it is? Like the last 4 games, AD played great in the first 2, bad in the last 2. I'm hoping that this 5th game, as far as when he's been on the Kings, is much more like game 1 and 2 than 3 and 4. Those 9 games go back to like Sabonis on OKC. Like no one's, if you dig into it, you know what I mean? But outside of that, I would say the last 2 games, he's definitely been outplayed for sure. So he's gotta change that narrative. Like I know it's out there. It's a narrative that's out there that he has the power to silence. He just gotta do it. You know what I mean? And I believe everyone believes that AD is capable of it. Everyone believes he's definitely better than these guys, and that's where the narrative comes from. Is because like you're getting outplayed by guys that are not better than you. They're just giving better effort than you, and they're being more physical than you. So AD has the power to do it. He just got to do it, man. I don't know what you mean by 76ers. I can't never stop liking the Lakers. Yeah, I can't either. No matter how much they'll make me mad. Not much opportunity there for him, but when he gets good minutes, he gets some. Everyone wants to know what's your favorite snack to have while watching a game. Me, what's my favorite snack? Man, I don't have a favorite snack, bro. I just like snacks. You know what I mean? To me, it could be like something simple as like just chips, or it could be like a full-fledged meal, bro. Like snacks. To me, watching a game, like especially if I'm out at a bar, you got some bar food with like some wings or pizza, or like man, tacos from the taco truck, nachos. Like it don't matter to me, man. Like to me, it's just snacks. Snacks on snacks on snacks. Snacks on snacks on snacks. That's me right there, man. Just give me snacks. I'm good. I'm good with watching games, man. My bank called saying, why you keep spending? They're like, this is back to back. Was this you? Was this you? Was this you? Hey, appreciate you, Katie. He said, worth it. That's hilarious. You know what? That happened to me. I was in New York, and they had those jukeboxes. You do the app that you can go, you can start playing songs, and you can pay more and cut ahead, whatever, right? So I go and I buy some tokens to play songs, but I didn't like all the songs ahead of me. So I went back and bought more tokens so I can then cut ahead. And then I got into like a beef with someone there who was trying to play a different genre. So I just wanted to like stack. So I just kept buying tokens. And the bank did the same thing. They called me because not only was I doing it repeatedly, but it was also in a different state on the other side of the country. And so my bank shut down my card over a jukebox over a music battle in a bar in Manhattan off of, I want to call it, yo, Dante, help me out. It's off of Death Avenue, and then I walk there from there to Madison Square Garden, over there, Death Avenue, man. Like place is called Death Avenue. Came right off that what's that joint that they got? That used to be the train, the high rise that they made to a walkway over there in Manhattan. I came down on Death Avenue. Went to man, it was wild. It was wild. When do teams typically sit players for a playoff run? Depends. If they're in a race for a seeding, then they don't. If they do, it's usually the last couple games. Let's see. Big Baby says, great show. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you, man. Snacks. I'm telling you, snacks on snacks. I'm a snacks guy, man. Snacks guy. There we go with Kurt, man. There we go. Yo, I'm a snack guy, man. That's why I'll never be like skinny again, bro. Like my weight will fluctuate. I'll get like, okay, I gotta stop playing. Let me get back on this treadmill. Let me start running with Lucky. And then it's like, okay, then it's like, nah, I'm in snack season. Now we're coming out of snack season in the winter, man. When it's hoodie season, oh man, I'll just be grubbing. We be grubbing. And then like when it comes out of hoodie season, it's like, oh man, I gotta be seen in an undershirt now. I'm like, oh, okay, let's get back on it. Let's get back on it. Less snacks. Who is your favorite baby Lakers pre-LeBron and AD era? So you'd make up the young guys? Probably Ingram. I really liked Randall when they drafted him. I liked Randall just because I like guys who are I just like the guys who play hard. But probably as far as pre-LeBron after Kobe, I'm assuming you're saying. I really was high on D'Lo when we drafted him. I really, really was. I really liked him. I felt I didn't want to trade him when they did. I knew when that Nick Young thing happened, it was bad. He was gonna have to be moved. But I really did like D'Lo. I did, but because he was gone after 2 years, I'm gonna go with I really liked Ingram and I really liked Kuzma. Snacks. How's Lucky Men doing today? You need to throw him up one of the shorts. I'll throw him on the shorts. He was good. We took him for a real long walk today. Matter of fact, I was watching because I still didn't want to look at the screen too much earlier. I was still like trying to limit screen time today. So I was as far as like my monitor is huge. My TV's big. So I'm like these big screens. I'm not trying to because of my headache. So we took him for a pretty long walk and I watched the first half on my phone actually while we were walking him. So I'm going to get some steps in for the whole first half. I watched the game. That's why I didn't do playback today. So I took him for a good long walk today. He had a good one. He was out that boy took himself a good nap today, though, man. That boy slept. I'm a little concerned for tonight. He's gonna be hyper tonight. But no, he had a good day, man. I'll get him on some shorts. Funny thing is, I've got another channel I'm starting that has really nothing to do with what I do over here. It's just basically I'm trying to really get into vlogging because I got the equipment, I got this. So Lucky's gonna be very, very heavy on that channel. But it's not anything that ties hardly anything to what I do over here. It's just the other side of my life. And Lucky's a big part of that. So everywhere we go, this guy causes attention. So I figured, let's give this guy a try and throw it out there. And there's gonna be something coming soon. But again, it's gonna have nothing to do with this channel. I'm really not gonna promote it on this channel. It's not gonna be anything. It's just something that one, I wanna have something to use all this equipment that I have on. And two, we are blessed with our animals, we're blessed with our dogs, but they're not blessed with time as much, God willing, as humans are. So I want to make sure that I document enough of him and have some stuff to remember him by as well too, because this dude's special. I know I gotta call him a terroristic pup. I make fun of him and all this and the third, but he's special. So got to make sure share that specialness with the world. You know what I mean? Because this dude's an actor, like you know what I mean. So certified ladies, man, and the world needs to see this. So definitely. I'm not necessarily gonna fully fledged call it the Lucky channel, but Lucky's gonna be on there a lot. Favorite snack, man. Like I said, man, you really can't go wrong with like pizza, wings, beer, like that whole bar food stuff when you're watching games, man. Just can't ever go wrong with that. Tacos, man. I'm telling you, taco, LA street dogs, all these, man. I'm just telling you, man, just snacks, bro. I don't really have a favorite. You know what my favorite snack is? The closest one to me. That's what my favorite snack is. Did you hear rumors of Bronny and potentially LeBron going to Toronto? But no, and I don't think that's gonna happen. I doubt LeBron is leaving LA, let alone the country. I remember the first time D'Lo did Ice in My Veins was such a fun moment. Yeah, that was a great game for him, man. Yeah. I've always liked D'Lo, man. I've had league pass as far back as I can remember, and I've watched D'Lo at every stop he's been. I've watched a lot of our guys after they leave, um, and like I watched a lot of those Pelican games after the AD trade. Um, I watched a lot of D'Lo. I watched a lot of New York Knicks games anyway, so I've seen a lot of Randall and Hart. When KCP and Kuz, and even Trez, I wasn't really watching for Trez, but Kuzma and KCP went to Washington. I watched them. I watched Zoe in Chicago. So a lot of these guys I watch. I watch a lot of basketball, yo. A lot of basketball. Even when I'm driving home, like I'm listening to like League Pass audio. Like I'm tuned in, yo. like so a lot of these guys I've followed a lot of their careers. Yours was BI as well. What's up? Jeff, will it handheld vlogs or like a sit down vlog? A little combination. Like, so I got this. I was given. I got the. It's a camera with a gimbal that kind of follows you around, so I can put it down, be moving around, talking. Got the wireless stuff now, so I can walk around with a tablet and be talking to you guys. I may not, areas where I may not be as responsive to chat. Like if I'm walking lucky, I got to pay attention. So like there's certain things I got to see how the channel reacts to it. Like if you guys are cool with me doing vlogs and you guys tune into it, or if I'm going for like I said, a walk with Lucky and I'm going like just talking about recapping a game or scenario, and I can't be fully as engaged in the chat as I usually am because I'm outside, out and about, got to pay attention, right? And I just want to make sure that the channel still rocks with that. I know I'm a guy that rocks with the chat heavy, and I don't want people to not feel like I'm not paying as attention to the chat as I usually do if I'm out and about. You know what I mean? So it all depends. I gotta wait to see how that all goes. You should call the new channel Empire Lucky TV. Hey, you know what? That's not bad, man. That's not bad. That's not bad. You think the joke about me having an empire? You should see this dude's empire. This boy, my God, man. This draft class not good, or is it a matter of clear cut top talent? And does that mean we could get a decent player later in the first round? The you know what it is? It's a perceived weak draft. But some good players can come out of perceived weak drafts because they can be late bloomers. They can get into a right situation. Scouts could miss something, or they hit a stride after the fact. But like I said, it's going to be hard to tell this season. But this year's draft, and to be honest, I can't even front. Like this, I told you guys around last year's draft, I didn't watch a lot of college basketball last season, and I watched literally none this season. So I'm not even the right guy to even talk about. I have to do a deep dive and some research leading up to the draft because I'm way behind the 8 ball on it, as I was last year. Appreciate you, Bloodhound. Yeah, that's my dog, literally, man. Lucky my dog, man. He go everywhere with this, man. Like that dude is. I've had a lot of dogs in my life, and this dude. Sometimes you get when you get the one that's like adorable, friendly, playful, and you could just tell the character, this dog is a character. You know what I mean? Like the personality of it makes a world of difference. So when you're blessed with those combinations, then it's on us to give him the life he deserves, right? Because the dog needs the human to take care of them. So our objective is to give him the best life possible. The boy straight out the Ozarks, you know what I mean? Flew him in from Missouri. He's damn near a mule. But like I said, there's a lot of he's a beagle for those who haven't seen him, right? A lot of beagles came out of that area that were misused and mistreated, locked up in lab experiments, and just brutal, man. So this dog, like I said, name's Lucky, man. Let's see. Raptors are heavily scouting Bronny. Yeah, I mean, I don't think Bronny gets picked this year, to be honest. Careful with these streets, man. Might end up in another snack shop. True. They're everywhere out here too, especially in my neighborhood. There's tacos everywhere, man. First round exit or not making the playoffs, surely we'll fire him. Probably, yeah. I think so. I think that's fair. What was the last week draft? What was the year that Malcolm Brogdon was drafted? What was that year? That one was considered a weak draft. There was another one, I think, sooner than that, more recent. But whatever year Malcolm Brogdon was, and he won the Rookie of the Year, that one was considered the weak one, I believe. I got American Bully Roddy Mix. Oh, okay. Bully Roddy mix. Oh man, she's the best dog, man. We work out and train every day. Yeah, man. I got Lucky gets on the treadmill. Like he does. Like when my wife's over here working down and she's doing like when she's doing her exercises, he like thinks he's exercising. like it's hilarious. So I get what you mean. And then they make it funner. They make the time go by quicker. So it's like they can be distracted too because it's funny. They make you laugh and the stuff that they do. Jeff got the John Wick puppy. You know what? I you know what's funny? Chat. I've only seen John Wick Part 1. I haven't seen all of John Wick. I'm not even sure the dog's in Part 1. Is he? I'm not sure. I don't even remember Part 1 to be honest with you. But someone told me before, like I brought him. We went somewhere and we walked in and people were like screaming, like, "Oh, we just watched John Wick!" Da, 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 da. Like, okay, that's cool and all, but I don't know what you're talking about. And so like everyone started taking out their phones, like the John Wick puppy. I was like, oh, okay, I see it now. I see it. But yeah, man, I need that tricolor beagle, man. Bro. I'll post them on a short tomorrow so you guys can see. All right, 2016. Yeah, that sounds about right. The Anthony Bennett year sucked. That one did too. Let's see. Tico's Tacos in LA. Tico's or Tito's? The same draft that Simmons when I went first too. Well, Ben, the year that Ben went first, who did the Lakers got? I always get this confused on the top of my head. There was the Simmons and the Towns draft. It was the difference between BI, and then there was the Wiggins draft, right? Those were like 3 in a row. Wiggins, yeah, it was like the combination of like the Wiggins, Towns, and Simmons. And the Lakers had like number 2 in like 2 of those drafts, and Randall was 6 in one of them. Snacks. Beethoven dog, like the one from 92. That big old Saint Bernard, right? That one was. Man, that dog is huge, bro. Would you consider getting a golden retriever and training it to play back? You all the Airbud stuff. That's wild. He said training to play basketball. That's funny, man. That's funny. BI was selected after Simmons. Okay, cool. Yeah, I just drew a blank there, man. I'm telling you, I'm getting tired here. So let's see. Man. We still got 50 people rocking on Twitter. Salute to y'all, man. Like I said, make sure to retweet this, drop a comment, comment on the post, man. Tell your friends to tell a friend that it's Jeff again. Send them our way. We would greatly appreciate it. If you're on YouTube, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. We would greatly appreciate that. Turn on post notifications to get notified when we go live on nights such as tonight. And let's see. And on that note, we're going to wrap this up, man. Been here for 2 hours. So thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all can be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. I appreciate that. KD, he'll be 2 in May. So I definitely appreciate you guys for tuning in. Good win for the Los Angeles Lakers today. Got to get that win against the Sacramento Kings next. And like I said, man, if they're able to get that win in Sacramento, man, Tommy Chili Burgers, all facts, man. Especially the original one in LA. Way go, man. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. That's exactly what I was gonna call it. Like walk and talk. So that's probably what I'm gonna do. Like I said, I got the equipment, and like I said, if the channel rocks with it, then I'll keep it going. I got some other segments I want to have lined up. I got a lot of, man. I just can't wait. I can't wait to tell y'all, man. Can't wait to see what's coming. Y'all gonna enjoy it. I think I'm gonna need some help though. I'm gonna need some help because I can't do this all myself. But I'm telling you, man. When it comes to this content, giving y'all just pure content. It's a hip hop saying like no gimmicks, none of it, just pure content, man. There's a lot of that out there, so that's why I'm trying to keep up that standard. You know what I mean? And so I'm really planning on bringing you guys some quality content multiple times a day. And I think y'all gonna enjoy it, man. So appreciate y'all, man. Shout out to Kurt. Shout out to Search, the mods, man. Thank everyone for tuning in. It's your first time here. Like I said, please subscribe to the channel. Drop a like on the video. If you're catching this later, let me know what you think in the comment section. I feel like we had a great episode tonight. So appreciate y'all. You have a good rest of your night. You guys have a good Monday. I'll probably catch you a couple times tomorrow. For the baseball people, man, keep your ears open. Something could happen tomorrow. All right. Y'all have a good one. Catch you tomorrow. Stay safe. And as always, thank you.